Our band of adventurers, almost said Gothetic there, our band of adventurers had recently been investigating a assault in the town of Toh. Beginning with a chase through the jungle, finding an insurgents camp, and following the trail through asking various townsfolk, asking the acting captain, Leroy even, and noticing someone escaping from the barracks. It all eventually concluded with a member of the militia seemingly being a double agent, of which Havelock killed, and the Zamahan Guard heading into the jungle to take on the insurgents, seemingly successful, if not a bit bloodied. For your help, they gave you a horse and a cart, under the agreement that you would bring Captain Luke to Magin. Luca. My brain is not working with names today. As you made your way to the town of Magin, you will be set upon by a tribe of goblins and their pack of wolves, which, through a hard-fought fight, you were victorious. Near to the end of the day, you had arrived in the town of Magin, successfully brought Captain Luca to the barracks, and decided to set yourself up in Traveller's Post, a seemingly fitting to the name inn used by travellers, particularly merchants and sellswords. As you finished off your various business, you retired for the night. And that is where we left off. So, you have all woken up and made your way down to the bottom floor of the inn, where currently several individuals are currently eating. Meals have been prepared and provided. So, what do you wish to do?
Eat.
That's a good question. What do we do? While we are at our table, just, drinking our drinks, eating our breakfast, Mev's kind of like poking at her food a little, and she glances to the rest of the group. So, what now?
We must find our quarry with the druids, no?
True, but did we really get the lead on that?
Hold on, I'm looking at my notes.
Yeah, Aki.
I know, you said the D word, I know, I'm working on it, hold on.
He's looking through his notes.
Just based on what I heard, Sal said that he met a druid lady, and then she was like, oh, we're all gone, and now I'm going to go too. Bye-bye. But I don't remember if he actually said anything after that about where she was going.
No, that was 8 years ago. She could be from here to Jehan and back at that time.
That is a very far place.
We have heard that many of them conglomerate on the southern edges of the continent, right?
Indeed.
Yeah.
And then, inversely, towards the north, maybe, was it on Kolmordak itself or the island? I don't remember. That there were also groups of them.
Yeah, seemed...
We have a map, right?
We do, yeah.
Actually,
no, I don't. I don't think we actually physically had
No,
a map.
Leroy
did we?
gave us a map.
Oh, did he? Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew there was one hanging up in his office. I couldn't remember if he actually gave
Yeah,
us
he
a
gave
copy.
you a map.
Alright.
I've just moved you guys over to it.
Yep,
Oh, that's
so
good, okay.
Mev will go ahead and get out the map. Presumably in Aki's bag, she's just gonna stick her hands in there and take it out. Okay, so, and she will unroll it
He's-
on the table.
him being made of ice, he does see you, but he just sort of accepts it. By the way, he is also kind of poking at his food as well, but it's just because it's just not that nice.
Yeah, she uses, she actually takes her drink and Havelock's drink and sets it on the edges of the map to hold it open. Okay, so we are here, and she points to Magin. Okay, and then where specifically down south did they say that the druids might be?
Well, from what they said, it seemed that with the druids being something of a thing of the past and of the old world pre-republic, as it were, it would be the other side of the Murag here, and he points to the bottom of towards the bottom of the continent.
Okay, so
Or
the jungle, or
they also said that the Isle of Tended Earth would have some remains of druid tribes as well. He points so we have, which means we have heading south, crossing inhospitable jungle, or heading north and stepping and faring inhospitable seas. And well, but this isn't part of this island here. This isn't part of the Republic, nor do they claim it, do they?
do we know?
Which one was he pointed to?
The Isle of Tended Earth.
Yeah, Isle of Tended Earth.
No, so those of you that have lived in Karmora, you know that the Isle of Tended Earth is, even though it's sort of part of the continent, it is its separate island, ruled by beast folk.
Oh. My people.
Did you just say beast folk? I'm a beast folk.
Oh. Nice. We are beast folk brothers.
No, I'm a half orc. I've got no.
Mev just looks to the two of them,
This is
particularly at Aki with this really awkward exchange.
This is out of character.
You sounded in care.
Like the thing is-
That's because me and Aki's accent are very similar. I just go a bit more gruff and down here with Aki. But up here, should I talk like this? Is that better?
Oh my god. So, I think we should go down south first, because
Okay.
it is going to be a lot faster to just travel on land to the jungle and check there, and then we can go to the sea, because sometimes seafaring takes a very long time.
Oh. That was not the way.
Indeed,
I would know.
I thought you would have preferred up north because of the sea, but okay. It is complications, that makes sense.
Mev just gives a smile.
I walked off my last boat.
Oh my. Is that can you do that by accident? Is that common?
I simply stepped off and walked through the sea.
Oh god. Boats don't have railings. Oh my god. Okay.
No, boats have railings. It's just that sometimes, they have a certain part of the ship that can go down, but I don't think you can just walk off. Generally, you have to jump.
Did you jump? Did you do
well, what about? Surely they need an open space in the railing for when they do boardings for the plank to go on the side.
Mev looks at Aki. They close it up. You think we had that thing hanging out all the time?
Not the plank, but like you wouldn't have like the beam on the railing on a hinge, would you? That you put up and down for when you put the plank on. Would you?
Well, technically, that
What are
depends on the
these
ship.
words? I don't understand what we are talking
Yeah.
about.
It is also
What
a
is these ledges and
stereotype.
hinges? These beams. What is a
Mav.
beam?
You're
I thought
sounding
we
a
were
bit quiet,
gods.
Maui.
Say again?
You're sounding a bit quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn him up a pinch. Yeah.
Mev looks over to Havelock. Yes.
You forgot when Johnny just kind of walked off the ship, didn't you? Remember that?
Okay, people can technically walk off, but there is a railing, they would follow it, they would jump. People don't just walk, something happens.
Yeah,
I'm
and
just
you're-
I'm just imagining like Havelock with like 1,000-yard stare.
yeah,
Anyways.
I tried to walk off a ship, let me tell you. Listen, it's easy when you're taller than the railing.
I think we should go to the jungle. What
You
do you
mean? You mean this jungle, the other side of the continent, potentially hundreds of miles away? That jungle.
Yeah. What, you afraid of getting blisters
This
on your feet?
Right here. Yes.
Well,
Would I know
but
how
you
far
make it
that is?
sound-
Judging by, because you've had to obviously use maps before.
Yep.
To say it, because it's simpler to say it out of character. 1 square, like with the ruler, is 40 miles, so a day's worth of travel, give or take.
That
So
just breaks out her act.
supposedly
Where-
straight through.
Which makes sense why it took a day to get from Toad to McGinn. Okay.
So
So
if you
16 squares.
yeah, but obviously that's if you were to go in a straight line, which is quite impossible. Plus, you'd be going through mountains.
I realized
and jungle.
this. I'm just looking at it.
Actually, no. Depending on how much Marine can take, we could just have Marine walk us through. Just tie a really long rope to a little rowboat and just go along.
I do
What?
not
And
like
what? Have like what? And be like a husky rider kind of thing.
Yes, he also works as an anchor. It's great.
Keep in mind as well that anytime it goes through like the jungle and mountain, it is a rough terrain area.
Yeah.
So obviously, like even though this is saying like, oh yeah, you'll get here in 3 weeks, it's like it's probably more to like 3.5, 4 weeks. Just like going like if you went this route to the capital and then around.
Okay, so apparently that's 22 squares
Yeah,
based on that path.
20.
Which is 800 and no.
Quick, dirt child, help us.
800 and something. 800 and fucking my brain. 808. 880 miles, wouldn't it be?
840 if you're going by 21 squares, 880 if
Oh,
you're going
840. Sorry, yeah.
by, 880 if you're going by the 22 squares.
And then how many is a day? 40?
Yeah, typically it's 832,
So
but I
that
like
would
round
take
numbers.
21 days.
Yep, 21 to 22
Technically.
days. That's just going by the arrows. As I said, technically you're looking at 24 days to a month
Okay.
because you do have to go through like mountains here and jungle here and such.
And possibly
Well,
dying.
Mev, when Aki is kind of like giving her sass about this idea, she looks at him and crosses her arms. It would only take about a month. And besides, do you have a better idea? Do you know what you're doing?
I can't, in all honesty, say that I do, but look, we travelled what, 20, 30 miles from here, from Tinto to here, and we nearly were murdered in cold blood. What makes you say that's
She
traveling?
will just tilt her head. You know that you're going to face adversity all around here, right? Go on, answer my question.
I suppose it is a reality that I
And
have,
you
I must
know
face head
that
on. Yes.
yes, you need to face it and to get better. Because if we don't and we try to avoid these things, we will eventually get ourselves killed. You hired us for a reason. I'm an expert. Why don't you take my advice?
He does have a point, Aki. Karmora is deadly. We have to.
I never said the roads were paved in gold and every passerby was giving out cupcakes, did I?
No, but how you speak seems to imply that.
You say things very rudely.
I apologize. They are not intended to. It is just a little bit overwhelming, this place, you see. I'm not so much out of my depth, but sinking to the bottom of a vast ocean, I must admit.
Well, that is fine. I understand, but we're here to help you. You should, be nice.
Yes, you're right.
Aki, you must understand. While you see these wilds as overwhelming, that is easy. Understand. But for me, he looks around these big places that you so confidently walk in. They are overwhelming to me. I followed you. Just follow us.
Okay. I suppose not having to make the journey on my lonesome would raise chances of survival, I suppose, yes.
Yeah. We just have to keep going. We cannot assume that it will be easy. We just have to go.
Yes, Right, so we're heading south then, not north. We don't fancy tangling with the beast folk.
I'd rather keep my feet on the ground, personally.
Right, okay.
Oh, don't worry. We'll get in the sea eventually.
Okay, well, it's the fireworks that are going to do it.
Has she got a smile on her face?
Well, people.
Yeah, she's smiling. It seems like, while she was annoyed at Aki previously, that's all quickly dissipated.
Okay, good.
Alright. Let us finish our meal and begin preparations.
Oh, yes, we should explore the town before we go, see if there's anything that we need, or if we can get more money.
Good idea, yes.
Indeed. I must say that I am a trifle shortchanged. I could do with a top up of the coffers, so to speak.
How many?
No.
How many of these skins did we get from the wolves that we fought?
I think we got 4.
I think, yeah, 3 of them got ruined, and you were able to save.
No,
4.
one of them got ruined, and then the others were fine because Mev tried to do one. Got messed up. Yeah.
My brain was thinking they all died, but it's like, wait, no, that was the goblins.
Yep. So we have 3.
3 wolf pelts.
We can certainly try to barter a trade with these.
Speaking of goblins, would anybody like any Krispies?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. That is very nice of you, though.
I will
And
accept one of these.
Mev takes a roll from her plate and just stuffs it in her mouth.
I shall hand out Krispies to Marine and Kindling.
I would advise small bites so you don't choke on anything.
Are you talking to Mev?
Yes.
Mev, half a roll in her mouth, is just like, what do you mean? I do not choke on things. I am just fine.
Oddly, being so perceptive, he isn't very good at understanding people with the bread roll stuff in their mouths. So he just goes, "Well,
Koto just side eyes you. with a literal whole turkey leg in his mouth right now.
Yeah, I should be saying, Aki has been like using a knife and fork and taking like little bites and like
Oh my god.
Oh my
and
god.
like using his cuffle at the bottom of his sleeve to like dab around his mouth every other bite.
I fear the day that Aki and Nemesis meet.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yep.
Mev pushes the rest of the roll in her mouth and just quickly chews it down and swallows. And she will lean over to Aki's plate. She will take a piece of food with her hands and be like, no, this is how you eat here. And then she's going to stuff it in her mouth and lick her fingers.
I wasn't. I'm not all that hungry anyway, to be honest.
You're not going to eat that.
I'll see how I feel later in the day, but right now in this moment, I'd
Lost my appetite.
rather not. Pardon?
Well, if
I love how he's trying to. I love how he's trying to be so calm and polite. So much fun.
Koto just reaches around and pulls the plate over.
I mean, he's a big boy.
Oh, before you and I sort of like, just he's tugging it away. I do grab a little morsel of food from the edge of the plate and just,
Oh my
and
goodness.
just sort of just like quickly slip it in my mouth.
Okay.
So, I think maybe we should go in groups to explore different parts of the town.
Yes, I definitely want to find any sort of leather worker so we can sell the pelts that we got and the pelts that I already have.
She nods.
Indeed, I could do with a trip to a general store. I'm not needed in direct supplies, but there are some creature comforts I would like to make sure I had stored away for such a long journey.
Mev
there's
will look in her bag real quick and just look at things.
If there's anything woodworking related around here, I would like to put my talents to use to get you all some more money for provisions.
A town like this, and seeing the building materials, there would almost certainly be some sort of carpenter's workshop nearby.
If you can convince them, yeah.
Yeah, just quickly hanging out. My dogs are being arsy. Continue role playing. Don't mind me.
I think I will go with you, Aki. I'd like to make sure that, we have enough food and everything. Maybe if I see something shiny there, that will be useful. What if I get a grappling hook?
I'm sure we'd have I'm sure I could find a little surplus in the budget for something like that. I suppose.
I've never heard of grappling. What is this?
It is the thing where you have like a claw on the end and it's tied to a rope, and then you twist it around, and she like does like a lasso motion, and then you hook it onto something.
Did she knock into Did she knock into anything?
That's a good question.
I know
well, I
what
can
you're
roll for
talking about.
that.
If you're just using like your arm and such,
Yeah.
no. Everyone
Okay.
that's currently in the inn is currently seated.
Oh, I was thinking of hitting one of the players.
No, it's
Okay.
a rather big table. Like all that happens is you get a few looks from some of the various patrons.
Yeah. So she throws her arm around and just flings it. But then you hook it onto something and you can use it to like grab someone, or you could use it to climb, things like that.
We have similar weapons, but they are called bolas. That is what we use. And don't work exactly how do you explain, but it's simple. It's sort of the same.
Sort of the same?
Sort of the same. You throw it, it's like a bunch of ropes, and then you throw. There are weights on them, so when they hit their target, they bind it.
Okay, that does sound very similar.
Should we keep an eye out for one of these bowlers then?
If we could, I feel very confident with them. I think.
Mm. All right. What about you guys? And Mev will look to Havelock, Kindling, and Marine. Oh wait, Marine already said that they were going to go find like a carpentry thing.
I'm going to be needing something from Havelock, so wherever he goes, I go. In this case,
Mev just tilts her head, raises a brow. What about you, Locke? Locke, who is muted.
What was that?
Where are you going? What are you doing? We're exploring the city.
I'm just sticking with you. That's what I usually do.
What's Kindling doing?
Kindling has something to do with Havelock?
Question mark?
Yeah. Ooh, how about you go and find a job board? See if there's anything there.
Are you just sending me instead of you because I'm taller than you?
Listen, sometimes they put it up very high and then I can't reach it and I can't read it.
I know. It's okay. And I pat you on the head. It's okay.
I don't know why people here are so tall. It's not fair.
You know how we could fix that?
Do I want to know?
I'm gonna just lean down, whisper in your ear. You know, if we just chop them off at the knees, you'll be taller than most people.
I do not think we can do that.
We can.
I
We have a healing friend. He'll stop the bleeding. It's easier than fire, remember?
Remember. I don't think we need to do that. You go look at the job board, okay?
Alright, fine. Kindling coming with me?
yeah.
Awesome.
lovely.
Yep. Then Mev will hop up, grab another piece of food, and she is going to she actually reaches out to grab Aki by the arm, and then she stops. You know, we should really get going, you know. I like to do things very quickly. We don't like to waste time.
Of course, it's that's probably correct. Yes, and yeah, and then Aki will take a look at her, and go, just 2 seconds, and he grabs his plate and knives and fork, puts them together, and then just goes over to the bar and puts it on there. Goes,
So you take the plate from Koto because he took the
Because
plate from.
Koto took it from you.
Koto did take the plate, didn't he?
Yeah.
You take my plate.
Actually, to be fair, he goes, just 1 second before we go, just gotta make sure things are in order, and he'll just go around, collect up all the plates, and do it
Oh my
like proper,
God.
almost like school dinner style, with having like all the, and then have all the cutlery on top of a stack of plates, and then just carry them over to the bar.
Your school did that?
Yeah.
I have never seen anyone do such a thing before in my travels.
My school did that. Is that
Mine-
weird?
It might just be my school. We had a tray where like the food, like the fast food, like microwave stuff. It says like, oh, this food is in this part of the tray. This one in this one. This one, this one. That's what ours was like. So all we did is when we finished that, we would just put the tray on top of like the last one that is in, and just literally throw the curry in. I mean, it was used for cleaning, but essentially in a bin, which would then be
Okay,
clean.
yeah.
It might have been my school. I don't know.
We would stack them.
I guess it depends on the school.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
To be fair, I only had school dinners for like half a year, and then I just went to pack lunches, so I might be remembering it a bit wrong. It was when I was 4. That was 26 years ago.
Yeah.
Old.
To be fair, school dinners or school lunch wasn't really the best, except for the frickin' turkey gravy bowls.
We didn't even have that.
Turkey
Those
gravy
were
balls.
amazing.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Yes.
Mev, as Aki is cleaning up, will lean into Marine and Koto. I hope that you guys have a good time and make lots of money. Good luck.
I do not know how much a lot of money is, but I'm hoping as well.
Marine will just nod to that.
okay, so if you're all splitting up to do your various things, I would like one person from each sub-team to roll an investigation check. This is to hear on any gossip and rumors, or in regards to what shops are here. Like any
Alright,
ritual shops.
Aki, go.
Yeah, that's me.
All right,
Plus-
you three. Who wants to do this roll?
19, 3. Where is it? Where's investigation these days?
I guess I'll do the
Oh,
roll.
it's intelligence. Oh, okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah!
Oh, yeah!
World's greatest detective.
You find a Bed Bath and Beyond.
No way.
Can you tell us what's in the Beyond section?
No one knows.
No,
Madness that
don't.
mankind cannot hope to comprehend.
Don't go into the beyond. They never come back.
You can roll.
Okay.
Alright, let's see what Team 3 gets. 22.
Nice.
Good stuff. 20 and 19.
Okay. This also helps me decide who. It also helps me decide who we focus on first. I think we'll go on the one that got the natural 20, even though technically that 22 would mean that they could have rolled higher. Okay. So what particularly are you looking for again?
We're looking for a general store.
Yeah, or like a general sort, or like a marketplace, or just somewhere where we could get both sort of food and provisions, but then also equipment and trinkets and stuff like that.
Okay.
General store, really. Yeah.
Yeah. So Magin doesn't have a market area. Its layout is a little too chaotic for that. You sort of start asking around, you ask some of the various people within the inn itself, and sort of ask around for the various people if there's any buildings of note. And because of that, I can basically say all of the major shops here. So one of the things that people talk about is the thing that the city, the town lives on, simply known as the barge yard. Not so much provisions and trinkets, but it's a sense of pride within the town, due to the mining operations that Magin have. They sort of direct you with that one to essentially more of a fenced-off area where various rafts and barges are built for them to be taken up to the Offra Mountains for mining. You're obviously told about the two inns that you already know of. Specifically on General Store, you are directed to something called Tenzel's Trading Post. Looked after by they say one of the older members of Magin. But you also get more information, such as for potions, you get directed to a place called Hale and Hearty. Armor and weapons and all that stuff, you're pointed over to the Griffin's Arsenal. And then when it comes to trinkets, you're actually directed to a bookstore called The Journey's Passage. But those the major places that are directed based on what you inquired.
Okay. Ace. All right.
And just to save time, Team 3, you're told basically the exact same thing. So you don't need to worry about, what happened with us? We got a 22 as well. Exact same thing.
Yay.
Okay. Are you writing that down, Ed?
Yeah.
Would
Sorry,
you
hold
like
on.
me to give you a second?
Hold on, I've written it in my own personal notes. I will put all this stuff in the campaign notes for people.
Yep.
General store. There we go.
All right. Awesome. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So, team supplies, I guess.
Yeah.
You have all this information. What do you do with it?
I think we're going to Tensel's trading post first.
Let's.
Okay, all right. So you ask about for where Tensel's trading post is, and eventually you're directed closer to the river. You can actually see it's sort of. It's not quite one of those that are on stilts, but it's close enough. You can see it's a small wooden building nearabouts to the river. You can see that the very front does have the stilts as it sort of hangs off the bank from where it currently is. From what you can see from the side you're at, there is no door. But as you sort of like go up the small steps onto the actual I guess deck of the housing itself, and you go around to where the river is, you can see that there's a door there. As you open the door and let yourselves in, there is a little ting from a small bell. It's rather barren and also rather muddy. You sort of look at the ground, and a good chunk of the floor is covered in mud, leaving a sort of earthy smell within the main room itself.
Mm-hmm.
At the distance, I say at the distance, at the other end of the building, you can see what looks to be a male human. Old, looks to be about in his 70s. He's sort of somewhat smallish, maybe at a glance, maybe 5'1", 5'2", hunched over, completely bald, and you can see that there's a smoking pipe in his mouth. His head is down though, so you can't see his eyes.
Okay. I would like to look around at their goods. Particularly, I'm looking for a bedroll, some rations, and if there's dice that I could basically make a game out of.
Okay, so looking around, you can see there appears to be some netting almost, but it's sort of a darkish, greenish brown, almost like a camouflage of sorts. So hanging up on the side, you can see a fishing rod, and a fishing hook and everything. The most notable thing here appears to be stuff for miners. You can see there's a few miners picks on a shelf nearby, and a shovel next to that. You see what looks to be a small tent as well, so all bundled up.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of dice, you don't find dice per se, but these almost these animal knuckle bones of sorts.
Animal knuckle bones. Okay.
Yeah, so in a small you can see there's a small satchel nearby with them. You assume that that's what they're a part of. You see a pack of candles, and you see 3 or 4 bars of soap.
Okay.
In terms of rations, you can't see any, at least in the front part of the building.
I am going to collect the tent.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I was going to
The
do that.
bones. I'm curious about the bones. And I'll wait for Aki before I grab anything else.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to make sure we nabbed that tent, just in case it gets cold in a bit. The heavens open, you see. Could be handy.
Mev looks at him and gives a mischievous smile. Do you think I will share?
Well, I hope there may be some kindness in your heart, or maybe perhaps we could implement some sort of rota system, or we could do it based off seniority, or... But, I mean, if you're the one buying the tent, then I'm sure first right would be yours.
Mev's smile just grows as he keeps talking.
Yeah, for the record, when I say small, I mean like probably one person. Two if you're extremely lucky could fit in there.
Okay. Yeah, and that's very much one person, because don't forget, only one member of our party is below 6 foot.
Hi.
Hello, you. Hello, short round.
We'll see how generous I am feeling. She just looks like an imp.
That's just her default setting, isn't it?
A little bit.
Only
And then I'm guessing I see all the same thing she does.
Yeah. It's not like it's rather, as I said, it's rather barren in the room. So whatever they have is pretty easy to spot.
Okay. I'm not sure if we're going outside. The candles seem a bit redundant if we have a campfire. Oh, soap would be very good, and I'll pick up 2 bars of soap.
If I were you, I would get the fishing pole too. It would be very valuable if we can't find rations. Or if we run out.
Grand idea. And I will also pick up the fishing pole. Like I say, I would never much good at this sort of thing, but someone in our party maybe.
You have 3 people that were on the sea. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Oh, I'm trying to... There's something I have my eye on that I hope they have. And can I... Besides, I think we shouldn't be... Let's not skulk around in the dark. Let's at least make the proprietaries known of our presence. And I will go over to the end of the... and go over to the end of it and... go over to the crouched over old man smoking his pipe.
Yep.
And just go, good day to you. Sorry for not introducing ourselves earlier. We are just travelers looking for supplies and provisions for a journey southwards.
Oh.
Oh.
He's sleeping.
Oddly, with how his whole thing is noticing stuff, he didn't hear him snoring.
He's snoring rather softly.
Okay.
You've been more focused on the various things.
Well, Mev looks to Aki, and again, with that fiendish look on her face, she goes, well...
Don't let the old man sleep. He will take what
I
we
was
need.
just thinking we could steal it.
I would rather not, thank you.
She looks at him. Oh no, what are you talking about? It would be so easy. Right?
Yes, but
She keeps smiling at him.
look at him. He's a frail, senseless old man. He is fast asleep. It would be like stealing a sweet roll from a small child. There'd be no victory and no reason to be proud of it.
Aki.
Look. All I just say is, let's take what we need, leave some money on the counter, and go. There's no need to disturb. Yes?
I'm joking. I would never steal from someone.
Insight.
Go ahead!
That statement, I would never steal from someone. From Mev, come on.
My thing is bugging out a little bit. So could you tell me the result?
Well, once he rolls.
Mine's bugging out as well.
Oh, thanks, Karmora.
Yeah, I had to reload my roll 20.
Thanks, Roll20.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm in. Yep.
Thank you, Dark Souls.
In one more session without technical difficulties.
Oh, now mine's doing it. I'll need to refresh mine as well. Oh boy, team refresh.
I didn't know Dom was talking to us from the fourth dimension.
Yeah,
Bless
yeah,
you.
he went to the Beyond section.
Oh fuck, Jesus Christ.
Well,
He's no longer the Dominic we know.
Yeah.
He is something far grimmer.
oh no, is my camera broken? No, wait, no, it's still loading in.
All the refresh symbol.
I have returned. Did
Hold on,
you know they just put you in a tin can in the Beyond section?
There we go.
Jesus.
Okay.
It's like, hold on, I found to properly exit Roll20 and log back in.
Yeah, that's what I had to do.
It's like that SCP of the parallel dimension that's like an infinite IKEA.
Oh yeah, 987 I think that is. It's in containment.
yeah,
It's in
and-
containment breach. Speaking of which, 64-player co-op mod
Is it
for that
containment breach
exists.
now?
Nice.
The Infinite
I'm surprised IKEA's lawyers haven't gotten them.
3008.
Well, oh wait, no, yeah, no, I'm thinking of a different one. I'm thinking of the Endless Hallway.
Yeah.
No, the one that is literally an infinite IKEA where like twisted versions of the employees hunt you down. And kill
Okay,
you.
yeah, no, that's not in containment breach. That's I'm
Okay.
referring to the Endless Hallway.
Okay, I am back in. Let's do this.
Leroy
Let's do this.
Jenkins.
Let's do this imp of a pirate princess telling me that she would never ever steal from someone. Right, here we go. 3, 2, motherfucking 1.
20. Jesus Christ.
Okay, you get the sense that she is telling the truth, but there's a little bit of a lie in that. Like, she wouldn't steal from these people, but she might steal from something else.
Okay, interesting. And so I was like, okay, I trust you for that, and perhaps there may be a time could arise where sticky-fingeredness could be to our advantage, but now just simply isn't the time.
As I said, you need to know how to take a joke.
You need to warn me first. We've known each other for, what, a week, 2 weeks? I'm not quite used to your sense of humor, so you need to warn me. So next time, just give me a squeeze on the shoulder and a whisper, I'm about to tell a joke.
If you tell someone that you're going to tell a joke, it's not a joke anymore. It's not funny.
Well, in the same way that kind of book not be enjoyable if you know how it ends.
A book isn't enjoyable if you know how it ends. The fun is in the mystery.
Well, I can see that. It's just weird. It's like, well, sure. Well, there is some level of enjoyment that can come from seeing point A and point C and seeing what B entails.
I think you just like to know the conclusion before you take any risks. Makes you feel safe?
Let's go see if we can.
Insight! I want to see if I'm right.
Let's go. Like, there seems to be more in hiding it.
Difficult to read.
I mean, he does seem to. Yeah, he paused for a second and goes, let's see if there's any more to this shop. It seems to be more, practical equipment. I'll see if there's any more, household wares around here.
Household wares? You mean like cookery?
Exactly. How else are
Okay.
we going to prepare meals on the trip?
Are there any other tools here, Tom?
You do see there's a back room, but it's behind the counter.
Okay. I thought when you said there's another room, that was like another bit of the shop.
No, it's a single. It's like half the. This is like the front half of the house.
Okay. Right. Just so we don't have trespass on our conscience, I will just sort of. Just to like gently wake him up, can I sort of use a bit of druid craft to basically make it sound like just out like about 50 feet away from his room there's like a rooster crowing.
Yes, says it. Oh, Just takes a pipe out of his mouth and just like sort of places it down.
And he offers his water skin. So there you go. Get a taste of stale tobacco out of your mouth, old man.
Just begins to chug, and so he's like,
Hello.
"Hi."
Sorry to wake you. We're here stopping up on supplies and equipment and provisions for a trip southwards, and there's a few items that we couldn't spot on the shelves that perhaps you may have had in the back room.
Probably yes.
Do you have? Talon, do we have? I thought it was go to Mevins. Go like, so do we have any like? Do we have like a pot or a skillet or something in the group? Do you know already?
Not really. We used sticks last time. So what we would need is cookery and rations in particular.
Yes.
I have a pot I'd be willing to sell, and some rations, yes.
What? Sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
A pot.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, that'd be capital. We can be very handy. Also, a bit specific, but do you have a metal metal kettle by any chance?
I have one. It's my own, but I could sell it if you're willing.
You can see, like, to Aki, this is honestly a bit of a moral quandary.
Yeah, Mev's just watching him, waiting for him to make the decision. She looks like she's gonna remember this. She's gonna judge him.
Like, him just going, like, fuck, what do I do? And he just goes, like, no, and he just goes, no. You keep it. If it's yours by right, I wouldn't want to force it away from you. I can...
No, I'm willing to sell it. I'll just get Ingor to make me a new one.
Or I could go to this Ingor character and get him to make me one.
Yeah,
Save your weedy bones for the trip.
that's an option, yes.
Did Ingor come up when we were trying to find out stuff about the town?
No.
Okay.
You were never told of any of the like proprietors except when their name was on the name of the shop.
Oh, fair enough.
Like you assume that this is Tenzel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, I guess. Okay, so in that case, we have another stop to make before we leave.
In that case, could you tell us how much this all would cost, plus the pot and the rations?
So like leans over at the stuff that you've put through. So
what is it? It's two
The
bars.
tent, the fishing pole, 2 bars of soap, and the animal knuckles.
Yeah, and are we getting some rations as well?
Well, yeah, that's what I said. Plus the pot
Okay.
and the rations.
Plus plot on the rations. Okay, cool.
Tell us, oh Tom.
give me a second just because I gotta map it.
Yeah.
How many rations is it that you want as well?
Well,
Yes. How many do you have?
I have enough for 7 days of food. 7 days for one person.
Then we should really just get them all.
indeed.
So like see sort of like almost looks like he's nodding off, but you can hear him like muttering with his brow furrowed as he does math, and that is totally not in me also doing the math.
He enters his mind palace.
He uses an abacus.
So the tent is 3 gold. A fishing rod there is a silver. 2 bars of soap, that will be 4 copper. Knuckle bones, that is 2 copper as well. 2 silver for the pot, and in total, I'm trying to wonder if I should. Yeah, I'm not going to bother converting it because that'll be a pain in the ass. And 35 silver for all of the rations.
Right. Okay. And he digs into his bag, pulls out a coin purse, and so what is it in total?
Okay, let me just do all
Sorry,
the math in
Thomas.
total. So
I'm
that-
even worse at math than you are, I fear.
Well, I'm going to take off the 3 gold and the 2 copper that I have to pay.
4 copper, and then 2 silver for that, and then 35 silver for that, or 3.5 gold. So then doing all this math. Damn it, why did Nate have to PRP at this point? Otherwise the music stopped.
Our computer, no.
Our calculator, I just realised that the music's not working either. It's not a Karmora session without... Where is my peaceful music? I'll just go for the town music. Fuck it. Where is it? Town Day, there we go. Okay. Oh, now it starts playing. It's just...
No.
I gotta stop the overlap for 1 second. My immersion, it's being destroyed.
2 universes collide.
There we go. Okay. So, back to math. So, ooh. Oh, Nate, we need your math.
Oh,
Thank God you're here.
Because I am trying to combine it. So they are buying... Okay, let me see. So we've got a tent for 3 gold. Something for...
I already paid.
Okay, so let me see. So let me just do that. That goes down to 6. That goes down to that. I'm just going to go for the complete total here. Just because it's going to be so much easier. So 3, 6, 7... 7 gold and 3 silver in total for everything.
Okay, so how much money did you lay down?
I did the 3 gold for my tent, and I already took off the 2 copper, so it wouldn't really change the silver much.
Oh, okay, so should I just... Okay, in that case,
So it would be 4 for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And then in that case... But no, wouldn't it be more silver, then?
4 gold, 1 silver, 8 copper.
Yeah.
Nate coming in clutch.
In that... You hero, Nathaniel. In that case, Aki, while looking at his coin purse, will pull out 5 gold pieces and put them down on the table. Sorry.
Okay. So you get 8 silver and 2 copper back.
Thank you very much. And I'll go. These are for you and I will leave 2 of the. I'll leave 2 of the silver.
Okay. Right, let me get the pot and the rations. He like leaps down and he just like slowly sort of like makes his way into the back room. About 2 minutes later, you hear like metal sort of like being dragged across wood. And you just see as he like slowly walks out, dragging a large pot. Just like, just reaches down, picks it up, and places it on the on a low part of the counter. As you sort of like look inside, you can see there's several like smoked meats that are in there as your rations.
Sweet. Mev will go ahead and pick up the pot with ease.
Mm-hmm.
How heavy is it?
It's a pot.
Oh, okay. I was thinking.
I imagine it's not very heavy. It's just that he's old, and there are things inside.
Yeah, it's an iron pot. It weighs about 10 pounds.
Alright, thank you very much. We're sorry for disturbing your sleep.
It's fine. I should be awake for working anyway.
Yes, you should be careful. You don't know who could come in.
I'll be careful.
He just like takes the pipe and begins to like slowly put some more tobacco into it.
With that line, you don't know who could come in. I do give a little bit of a side glance to Mev.
Mev is gonna look to him and she'll give a smile, and she's actually going to head out for a second before Aki.
Excuse me. Okay, yeah. So I'll walk out. I guess like a couple of like, and ending up like probably like 5-10 feet behind. Mev.
So, where are you going next?
Well, he did mention an Ingor character, and I think
You're going to go get your kettle.
Yes, I realize that I actually don't have any equipment with you actually prepare any drinks or anything, so it's somewhat essential, I believe.
Do you need me to go with you?
I wouldn't mind the company, if that's what you're saying.
Okay, I'll meet you there. Just give me a minute.
So you're staying here. Did you forget to pick up something?
Oh, I just have to fix my bags real quick.
Okay. Okay. Well, in that case, I believe it was called the Griffin's something. What was it again? The Griffin's Arsenal. Probably sounds like a good place to start. I'll head there.
All right, I'll meet you there.
All right. Don't tarry. And I will head off. I'll head off through the town and going towards the Griffin's Arsenal. But once I've gotten out of eyeshot and earshot from the what's it called?
The what?
From the shop.
Mm-hmm.
I will use Find Familiar to summon a little mouse friend,
Okay.
and I will just. Hold on, trying to remember. Can I communicate with my familiar?
It can understand you, yeah, but it will speak the language of the creature.
Okay.
Let's double check.
In which case, In which case, once I'm out of iron earshot, I will summon a little mouse and just go like, let's keep an eye on her, and I will then from there I find a spot, just a sort of a spot in an alleyway, just to sit against the wall and see through my mouse's eyes as it goes back and keeps an eye on Mev.
Okay.
Okay.
So would you like me to describe what you see?
Yes.
Alright. So Mev is still by the shop. She's actually on like the side of the building. And she seems to be messing with a wall. I would have to say that you'd probably have to have your familiar roll perception to see what she's actually doing.
Can I do that?
Yep, given that it's sight, you don't have advantage on it. It's just a straight roll.
A straight D20.
Straight D20.
Grand. Okay.
Because I'm using the stat block of a rat.
Quick.
You cannot see what she's doing, but she's definitely messing with the wall. But it only takes maybe a minute or two before she brushes her hair back, looks satisfied with whatever she's done, and she's going to head out to start walking to the shop.
Okay, so from that little probably 1-2 minute scene, Aki will open back up his eyes and just go, "Thank you, my friend." Interesting. and he will stand up and dust himself off and walk towards the Griffin's Arsenal.
Okay. Yeah, let's just stick with team supplies since it sounds like there's only a small tidbit on that one. I just want to quickly check as well because I think technically you have your familiar whenever.
Yeah, it's the same thing as fine shape as wild shape.
Yeah.
So I just use a wild shape charge just to spy on people.
Well, you don't need to because your previous familiar wasn't killed, was it?
No, but it doesn't run out after a day.
No.
So I just have it's gone from being
You
a
can
mouse.
change their form. It's the same familiar.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah. Also, technically, you wouldn't have had time to otherwise because it's a casting time of 1 hour.
Oh yeah, and familiar disappears after a number of hours equal to half your duration.
Oh, right.
You gain you can cast the spell, so you can summon your familiar, and then it disappears after an hour using one of your wild shape spots.
Just because Find Familiar has a casting time of 1 hour.
Yeah, and it's just immediate. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, we'll save for that one since you are losing a wild shape cast, which is pretty hefty. So
yeah,
I'd say that's fair. Yeah.
I don't know why you're losing a wild shape cast for that. That's insane.
Because you expend the use of your wild shape feature to cast a Find Familiar spell. Yeah.
Is that like an ability that you have? It's not just a spell that you have?
It's part of being a druid. It's a new druid thing.
Yeah.
Wow,
it's
that's shitty. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, since it burns a wild shape, I'll say that it's instant for burning a wild shape because that's a big debuff otherwise. Okay. Right.
I mean, otherwise it would just be like it would just be a free Find Familiar spell.
Yeah. Which.
Alright.
Okay, so you make your way to the Griffin's Arsenal. You sort of meet up nearer to it. You sort of ask around and go like in separate directions, but eventually you both reconvene near and round the Griffin's Arsenal. It appears to be a single-storied house made completely of stone. You can see part of the forge is actually almost sticking out from the side. The thing that you notice first and foremost is a collection of what looks to be armor and shields, but they're all broken. You see some leather armor that's in tatters. You see a wooden shield that's splintered in half, but rather than be like they're ready for repairs, they've been bolted onto the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Entering in, the air inside the building is very heavy with the heat from the forge. Meanwhile, the floor seems to be relatively cool still. You can see on the far side is a gentleman, looks to be a half-elf, maybe around his 40s. You can see he's facing that way. Yeah, so from the way that he's facing, you can actually see that the left side of his head has been shaved, revealing a sort of like a vine tattoo. And you can sort of hear some what seems like a child's voice from the back rooms and such. But you can see that he's just sort of focused, looking at the forge at the moment. And so he acknowledges you as you come in, but he just gives a nod before looking back at the forge as he's just sort of waiting.
I know that Aki's going to go ask about the kettle. Can I hear what's going on with the child?
Make a perception check.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's difficult to tell from this distance.
Alright.
So I can see the half shaved and the vine tattoo, can I?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Because I was wondering,
Because you're a druid and you've got fucking high perception. You can see that.
Yeah. I was wondering if would I be aware if the an ivy tattoo on the side of the head is a symbol for anything, or a gang affiliation? Okay, just wondering.
Would I know?
It's not something that you'd be aware of, given.
Okay. Not pirate stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely not pirate stuff. you know because you've had to deal with them that it's probably not mercenary stuff, since they often have like an armband to signify like their company and such. It could just be could be just a normal tattoo.
Cool. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, what are you waiting for? Scared?
No, of course not. And he will walk in. And yes, you say, and he goes, and in the heat, I'm guessing the clang of the noise.
Well, there's no noise. He's sort of like just sitting there at the forge, just looking at. Well, you assume it's like some metal that he's heating up in there.
Okay, let's go. Okay, I'll go over to him and go. Excuse me. Are you by any chance Ingo?
Aye.
Grand. Right. I was told that you were the something of an expert metal worker for this town. Aye.
I'm the only one outside of the Zamahar blacksmith, so aye.
Excellent. So, I might be doing something a little, asking for something made. That's not, well, judging from your decoration, not something a little out of the ordinary for you. But could it be any chance that you could make me a kettle?
A kettle.
Yes, watertight, bits of metal folded, bolted, and set for serving and boiling water in.
Just sort of like sketching and looking. Now that you're looking, now he's all like he hasn't been looking at you fully this entire time. But at this point, as you mentioned, you're looking. See, actually, his face is actually rather heavily scarred. Almost like a lifetime of battle of some sort. But he's just like, yeah, I can make you a kettle.
Excellent. How much?
So like looks you up and down. So like getting a read on you. Let's go with 4 silver and I'll make you one. 5 silver, I'll give you one I've got and just make my own later.
I'm afraid I don't have 5 silver. Will a gold do?
Yeah, gold will do absolutely fine.
Fair enough. Okay. In that case, make me a damn fine kettle then, and he'll hand him one. And he'll hand him 1 gold.
So like takes it, sort of like examines it before like pocketing it in one of its blacksmith apron's pockets. All right. So like looks over at the meal that he's eating. Give it a day, and I'll have that kettle done for you.
Excellent. I will definitely be here in the day's time. And looking around, he kind of goes. I'm seeing all like the broken shields and armor. He sort of goes. I do hope, just for the sake of the local town militia, this isn't your handiwork, is it? It's not exactly a vote of confidence.
It is and it isn't, if that makes sense.
Can I roll insight
Sure.
to see sort of what he means by that? Insight.
Based on the smile and the confidence, he's telling the truth. This is his handiwork, but it seems that he's referring it not in a way of like, I made this stuff. It sounds more like its current state he's responsible for.
Got it. Okay. And so, I'll go. I see. More to do with the end to the object's life more than the beginning.
Once upon a time, and then I settled down.
I will not pry then. I hope you have found a more peaceful and contented life with yourself.
Sometimes I miss it, you know? going out, dealing with contracts and such, but, I've got my daughter to worry about, even though she looks like she's wanting to follow the same path as her pops.
Oh, really? Is she looking to join the military then?
No. Nah, she's looking to become an adventurer.
Yeah, so I wasn't aware that was a profession, but okay. All right.
It isn't, but I made it work.
I suppose and congratulations to you.
You're about 9 years late, but I appreciate all the best.
Well, I mean, if you ever feel the pangs of nostalgia, and once your daughter reaches a certain age, if she keeps along this path, you two could be something of a phenomenal father-daughter team.
Nah, my adventuring days are over. Losing sight in my good eye.
And I'm guessing his one eye, like, scarred and white.
He has both of his eyes, yeah, but like he sort of like indicates to the one on the left side of his face, sort of like where the vine tattoo sort of like starts to sort of like snake over before it starts just before it gets to his brow.
My condolences.
Don't need the best vision to hammer something into shape. Just don't ask me for any fancy stuff on the kettle.
Well, I mean, I hope your thumbs are in good stead, are they?
So,
you wouldn't want to miss.
He sort of like gives a thumbs up, and it just shows like there's a bit of what are they called? Cordulouses?
Calluses.
Calluses. That's it. But
basically from actually bashing his thumb.
Yeah, but it's like he just like gives a thumbs up and then just sort of like wiggles his thumb around.
Seems to be in working order, and with a little bit of a smile from the usually quite stern-looking Aki. He goes, well, I look forward to seeing the fruit of your handiwork. Oh, I'm a Krisk, by the way, a Krisk Aventore. I bid you good day, and...
I'll stick with a crease.
Of course, and best luck with fatherhood, yes?
I'm doing all right so far.
As I imagine you have, and he'll go, "Good day to you," and he will nod his head and go, and look over to Mev, who I'm guessing is just looking around and going,
I'm back.
How
convenient.
What have you been doing while I've had this kind of nice conversation with the blacksmith?
Well, I don't know what kind of conversation you've been having, but
Basically,
Mev has been just looking around at like kind of what he has on display.
So there is a collection, more of like the damaged armor and shields and such. You see a few swords that have sort of like almost been like like they've got like large fractures and such.
Mm-hmm.
There are a handful of things that appear to be undamaged, which you assume are for sale. You can see sort of like hanging up near the side is what looks to be like a war pick and a crowbar. A warhammer is sort of like dangling on two bolts that are in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
A hooded lantern sits on a table, and you can see there's actually some studded leather armor, sort of not fully completed, but like near enough to completion, just on a table nearer to the blacksmith himself.
Okay. And what was this conversation that you've been having, Aki?
Basically just talking to... so I've ordered the kettle. It will be made in a day. I paid a gold for it. Well, it was less... he charged less than a gold, but I didn't have anything else. And basically him talking a little bit about his past. I inquired about the broken shields and armor, and it turns out he is an ex-adventurer.
Okay, cool.
And basically when, after years of plying his trade and after having a daughter, he has settled down to a more of a peaceful, predictable life to raise his little kid. But
Okay.
he's also stressed out a bit because it seems his daughter wants to run the family business. And I guess as a father, he's like, I don't want my little girl in danger.
The
in that kind of way.
former family business.
Okay.
Not
Oh
blacksmithing.
yeah. Oh, I
adventuring.
should say not blacksmithing. Adventuring.
Yeah, if they're talking about that, Mev, actually, you can kind of see if you look a little closer, she is listening to that part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would have noticed because I'm just focused on having this conversation.
Yeah.
Let's go. And so it's kind of like, okay. Good luck with. I hope to see the fruits of your handiwork, and best of luck with fatherhood. Good day to you. Mev, are you coming? And I look over to her.
Oh, yes, right.
Did anything
she...
catch your eye? You're more of an aficionado on these sort of small equipment than I am.
I was curious about the lantern. I can't see very well in the dark.
Oh, right, yeah, it's a hooded lantern, so you can, have a sort of like beam of light or much wider area to see. Your choice on that one.
How much?
That is 5 gold, but I can get you a regular lantern for 1.
Regular then, yes.
I do have the money for a hooded lantern. It's fine.
It's fine.
Okay. It's no skin off my back. I'm able to see fairly well in dim light. If you're gonna suffer, in the long run over 4 gold, I don't mind stemming the gap.
Really, I'm fine.
Okay, good. Just making sure you are.
Yeah, Mev will walk up to the guy, and she's just gonna stare at him, give him a long look.
How old is your daughter?
She's 9.
Mm,
I don't know if you got the description of the guy before you went BRB.
Yeah, I got the description.
Yeah, so like you can see obviously that you can see that his face is actually heavily scarred. Now he's looking at you directly.
She looks kind of hesitant, but then she continues on.
I'm sure that you know personally that that kind of wanderlust doesn't really go away. If anything, while you're trying to keep her safe, if you want to keep her close, you should support her endeavors.
I like to think I've got some time before that happens. Still only a kid after all.
Mev will nod.
I know from personal experience.
Well, appreciate the advice. So, like, pulls out the metal that's in the forge, like, place it on a stone workbench. Right, give me a minute. So, like, heads into the back room where, you can sort of, like, hear the child, talking. You make a perception check if you want to hear.
Go on then.
Because I know you're curious. 21! You can tell...
I'm sorry, wrong person.
It's... Yeah, Trofnau does not exist no more.
Well, he does, but he's just a continent away.
Yeah, he's halfway across the world. You can tell now this instance, like, it's a lot clearer. And judging by the pitch of the child's voice and such, she is definitely acting out, like, basically a scenario.
Yeah. Mev will give a warm smile as she hears this, and she just kind of looks to Aki.
What? Sorry, I missed that. What did the kid say?
She's acting out a, like, adventuring scenario.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I'll just look to her and just going. I'll just look at her and going. and giving her almost like a knowing glance, and just go, children and their games.
Children.
As Ingor comes out, you can actually see it's but like he saw like as he exits out through the door, he sort of, like turns around and says, "No, not while Daddy's working, all right." Just hear like something from the kid. It's like, "You don't go past the door, all right?" So like begins walking towards you. You see the child like poke her head out. She's a half elf as well, as mentioned. She looks to be like no older than 9. Bright ginger hair, like a heavy spattering of freckles across her face. Her eyes are like this deep sea blue. As she sort of like looks over, and you can see that there's a big grin on her face. That she's sort of like looking at the two of you intensely.
Mev will give a big smile and wave.
She waves back.
I'll give her
like in that energetic child wave, you know, that really intense waving kind of deal.
I'll just give her like a courteous nod and a good day, little one.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
You should listen to your father, okay?
I do. Are you adventurers?
Well,
Not me
we're
personally.
travelers.
Yeah, indeed, yes.
I want to be an adventurer just like my dad was.
Well, if you do that, you need to make sure that you know what you're doing, okay? You have to work very hard and train and be the best.
I know.
Indeed, and understand the risks. It's a life. Not many people live as old as your father, I'm afraid.
The use of your slightly more like upper vocabulary, so like she sort of like smiles, but you see there's a slight like confused frown, but she just says,
Yeah.
Okay, mister.
and she just sort of like peeks her, she'll like peeks her head back on the door. Ingol's just like impatiently waiting there with the lantern. Appears that she likes you. Just hands you the lantern.
She's very sweet. Thank you.
Indeed.
And you, Akrisk?
And he sort of like and he glances into the girl and goes, Aki is perfectly fine.
Okay, here. So he reaches into his pouch again and tosses you 6 silver. Your change.
Thank you, and I will toss back. Let's say, was it 6 silver?
Yeah.
I will toss back 2 silver and go, there you go for your handiwork.
Appreciate it. So like pockets it and goes back to his goes back to his bench.
Alright.
Let's go like
will go ahead and give the little girl another wave, and she's gonna head out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just slow down to the little girl and just go, it was a pleasure to meet you. Hold on to your dreams, okay?
Okay.
And
Bye-bye.
And then take care now. And I will just do a quick nod to Ingo and say, I'll see you in the morning then, and look after yourself. And I will walk out the door as well.
As you sort of like leaving, you start to hear the sound of metal on metal as he begins to finally work on the on whatever it was that he was heating in the forge. Okay, so if that's it, then I think this is a good time for us to take a 10-minute break because we're halfway through the session already.
I don't know how that happened.
I don't know either. It just happened.
The power of D&D.
Power of D&D.
Makes
The
you
link
lose
in
track
4
of
hours
time.
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll take a 10-minute break and be back here at 5 past.
Alright. So Howard.
Anyway,
They took my bandicoot.
so If that's the case, which one of the other two want to go then? Team, I don't know what Kindling's team is, and team, I don't know what Marine's team is after.
Team job or team.
Roll for it!
Well, that's
Team
not
job
gonna
or
help.
team cell.
Didn't we roll for it?
Well, you
Or
roll.
are we-
You rolled for shop knowledge, or like knowledge of what you were going for. So I guess we can go with whatever Marine's team is, which I assume is Team Cell.
Yes, they're.
Yep, that's Marine and Kodo.
Yep.
Okay, so I mean, you obviously have all the information about the various shops. So, Team Cell, what is it that you wish to do?
We're going to head towards whatever a leather workers is. Whatever we think we could sell some skins at.
They indicate you towards the Griffin's Arsenal for that one.
Yeah, we head towards Griffin Arsenal.
Okay,
Onwards.
so basing that off the time that has gone by, which means that we could end up having a sort of paradox here, but you arrive there far before Team Vi do. It's rather quiet as you enter. You can see that there's a gentleman there, a half-elf around his 40s with a sort of vine tattoo on the left side of his head. You can see he's sort of like examining some metal and such. As you sort of walk in, he's sort of like,
Oh yeah, hold on. Before we walk in, I'm just gonna grab Marine at the door.
okay.
Before we go. Just 1 second, sorry. Kodo's going to make a symbol with his hand, put him on his chest, and he's gonna cast Enhance ability on himself for enhancement on charisma.
And
Chest kind of glows a bit warm, a little bit of light. This is just something Shaman taught me to help with. You know. Yeah. All right. You ready?
Affirmative. I'm quite ready.
So we're just trying to sell skins. See how much money we get. That's what I hit.
Indeed.
All right, we head in.
okay, so you head in. As mentioned, the aforementioned half-elf is sort of at the counter, sort of just examining like some bits of ore and such. As you sort of walk in, it's like, welcome.
Hello. My name is Koto, and you may introduce yourself.
Salutations. I am referred to as Marine.
Right. We are simply here to get a little bit of a idea how much these skins that we have skinned are worth, and maybe do some trading. We just possibly gold or any sort of currency.
All right, so like brushes the ore into what appears to be like almost like a mold, like an iron bar mold, and he just sort of like puts it into the forge and just like wipes his hands and just was like, all right, show me what you got then.
He's going to take out the 3 wolf pelts and the 1 panther belt. This one, he points to the panther belt. This one's a little bit separate when it comes to when we divide up the worth.
So like pulls grabs one of the wolf pelts and sort of like opens it up. So like flips it upside down just to check like the like how the skinning went. It's like, all right. So like puts one away, puts the other one. Like checks the other one. He goes through them all, and he sort of like looks at the panther pelt that's a little bit further away. He's like, "There's part of it too."
Yes, we want to know how much they're all worth, but yeah, pretty much same thing.
So like takes a look at it. So like looks at Hayes. So he seems a bit taken aback when he looks at the skull. Like the head part of it with the no skull and such. He's like,
Right.
all right. How much are you looking at, hoping for? I like to get a read on what people are hoping for with it. See if might be a compromise kind of deal,
Koto takes in a deep breath, between his teeth as he kind of slowly turns towards Marine. Do you know how much skins are worth here? I don't know.
I am unsure, but I do have an idea.
He nods at you.
We will accept 3 gold for the wolf skins, as they were quite hard to come by. It was quite a challenge to gain them, after all. And the panther one, I would say 4 may be fair.
This entire time, you sort of seeing like the corners of his mouth sort of like twitching as he's trying to stifle a laugh. You're new to this, aren't you?
A bit, yes.
Wolves are a dime a dozen. Yeah, sure, you got 3 of them, but they're still wolves. I probably would give you... You were saying like 3 gold for each wolf pelt, yeah? Or is that 3 gold for all of them?
Would 3 gold for all of them be much more fair?
I will give you a gold for all 3 of them.
And how much for the panther? How much is the panther skin?
Well, doesn't have its skull, so it can't be used as a rug. Be more for an aesthetic thing, but it's in really good quality. Whoever worked this clearly has done this before. I'd probably put that in the realm of... So I looked over the wolf's pelts. I'll give you 9 gold for the panther pelts. There's probably some rich bastards out there that probably want it.
Odo like pulls out his book. 9. Okay. That is many. All right. This sounds like a good deal.
Indeed, it is quite a good
Odo's
deal.
not even going to inside him. He's just, this is a good deal.
Alright, so, we have a deal then. You want 10 gold for all of this, eh?
Yes. The 9 gold is separate. This panther is specifically by the panther one.
Alright. So, like, pulls out a small patch and begins, like, counting up the gold. He places the 9 gold and so, like, slides it towards you, and then he just takes out the 1 gold and sort of like tosses it on the table.
If it makes it easy, we don't have to do it literally right now, but he if possible, he would ask for it to be split between however many people are in the party.
How many folks do you have?
6. We have 6.
So, like, moves the gold a bit and then just has, like, 3, which he sort of pushes to you. And 3 spare.
Alright. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Gonna pick up the pelts. Split it between Marine, right?
You mean pick up the gold, not the pelts. You just sold the
Gold,
pelts.
gold. Right,
Yep.
right. Yes, I forgot how this goes. And he just picks up the gold, puts it in his little coin purse, puts it back in his bag. Alright, let's find a place to wait for the group so we can spread about our money. Sound good?
It does, though I will be heading off myself to
Alright, that is fine.
do some carpentry.
Alright, I will catch you a little bit later, down the line.
And I will catch you too. Back at the same place that we came from, perhaps.
As you mentioned, carpentry does. Well, I mean, like, what kind of carpentry are you talking about? Weapons or something else?
I'm quite skilled at carpentry with both weapons, though I prefer to do it for much bigger scale things, such as ships.
You'll be wanting the barge yard then.
Thank you for your assistance.
It's all
I
right.
shall head off there.
Okay. So, Koto, I assume you're just going to find a place to chill?
Yeah, I'm just going to find a place to wait for everybody to gather.
Okay. I mean, you've got the various shops or the inns and such. So, down to you on that one. Okay. Marine, so you head over to the barge yard. As mentioned, it's not so much of a building as it is a fenced-off area. So, like, looking through the wooden planks of the fence, you can see a mixture of lumber and half-completed vessels. All of them, per their namesake, is essentially are barges. But essentially, you arrive at the large wooden gates. There's a goddamn fly that's around. I'm getting ready to kill it. Did I get it? I might got it. Nice. And you sort of like let yourself in. The gate's unlocked because several individuals that are sort of like working on like building. Some of them are working on like sawing wood. It's all manual work. There's no like automated sawmill or anything here. And so you can just see that they're working on it. You can see a few of them are sort of like dragging what looks to be a completed barge closer to the river. So what is it you wish to do?
I will look for the head of this place.
Okay. You're directed to a dwarf called Oris. Looks to be like in his late 40s. He has a short-cut beard with several like streaks of white. You can see that there's like scrape marks all around his left side, almost like he was like dragged across something. But he is, he's currently there, like just tying up some part of the barge as you sort of approach.
Salutations.
Just like pats the barge and turns to face you. Yeah.
I have come here with an inquiry. Do you by any chance need any more help when it comes to construction or maintenance on the rafts and barges?
Oh, maintenance? No, we make it and then they take it. No, building? Aye, always time for building.
Then allow me to offer my skills and assistance for that.
Alright, what are you good at then?
I am quite good at carpentry and putting together large-scale ships. I am, in fact, a shipwright by trade.
Oh, we ain't building ships here, we're building barges. You go with a saw?
Indeed I am.
Right, I'll help out with the saw then. Just so I points over to the lumber. Speak to the lads there, they'll tell you what you need, and I'll pay you at the end of the day, alright?
Affirmative. I shall do so.
Keep in mind, you slack about, you ain't fucking getting paid, so make sure you work hard at it.
Understood. Marine will immediately go over to the guys there.
Okay. Alright. For the sake of brevity on it, you're showing the ropes of like, what particular cut you need for it. There's like a small ledger with like the various like sizes you need and like shaping that you do. And then they just give you a saw and let you have at it. Go ahead, because I'm pretty sure, like, because of carpentry, there's like a skill check involved in that.
Mm-hmm.
So, let me just double check. Yeah, carpenter's tools. Okay. Let's go ahead and make a check. We'll say strength or dexterity. Your choice on this one. In regards to how well you saw through stuff. Actually, make it strength.
All right.
So
Would I add in
your
my
proficiency?
proficiency?
Yeah, your proficiency, because you are, even though it's technically not a carpenter tool, I would say that you're handed the equivalent for that.
Understood. All right. Let's see how I goes.
11. Okay. You're able to keep up just fine with the regular workers. You know, you're able to cut through the various logs and move them around and such. At the end of the day, as Oris sort of walks by, he assesses the amount of work that you've done. So looks at the ledger and everything. It's like,
Right. Not bad for a newbie.
so reaches into his pouch and begins counting a few coins before he tosses you 8 silver.
Thank you.
So
I shall.
looks you up and down again. It's like,
Never seen a Warforged before. Was, honestly surprising you kept up. Must be a Warforged thing to learn that quick.
It is, though. I am mostly self-taught when it comes to carpentry.
That's even more impressive. Might see if I can get, some of you Warforged types here as well. Make my job a fuckload easier. Alright. Gates there. Off you go.
Marine will start to walk off, though. He does feel slightly disheveled at the thought of other Warforged is not choosing to do this work.
okay, all right. Do you do anything else, or do you just find where everyone else converges?
He'll go look for everyone else.
Okay.
All right.
So, team work. So specifically you guys are looking for, I assume, job boards, rumors, gossip, and all that stuff.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Okay.
Indeed.
Alright, go ahead and make another investigation check.
In each individual, or
It can be both of you individually if you'd like. If you're sort of even though you're sort of a group, you're sort of splitting up and exploring, then go ahead and make your own individual investigation checks.
all right.
I think that'd work out since both of us seem to have the same mod to it.
Hopefully, yeah. Ah,
You say this.
ah.
So, for your initial travel through the town, you you realize that there is normally a bounty board at the Traveler's Post. So you make your way back there to see that if there has been any bounties. You see there's maybe one there which an individual is already currently looking at, sort of sizing up the contract. Do you do anything in regards to that?
I'm gonna go up there and read it.
Okay. So the bounty in question, it appears to be over, so let me just, it helps if I had my notes for this. So the bounty is for, what appears to be a criminal, simply known as a smuggler. He is charged with people trafficking, drug trafficking, and several counts of murder. It says that the last place that...
Hold on, I'm still typing.
Okay.
People in drug trafficking and murder?
Yes.
Okay, last scene.
It says that it's the last known location was around the Sangan Portmar area. So looking on the map, it's around this area.
Okay.
The bounty for it is 150 gold, dead, and 300 gold alive.
Are there any other bounties? Or is that...
If there's any, then they've been taken. You can see the individual that's sort of like been sizing up that contract has one in its hand, but you can't see it. With how close...
Did you say was alive?
300 gold if alive.
Alright.
Which, at this point, from where you are, like you can obviously see the individual because you're standing right next to him. The individual looks to be a drow. It's silvery white hair, so like disappearing into his half plate. You can see like he has he's got a helm and such with a sort of bladed ridge and what looks to be like almost like a cloth, sort of dangling by on it. But you can also see there's some blood on the rim of the lip. On his arm, you can see that there is a sort of like a band with a emblem on it. The emblem appears to be like a skull with like what looks like a sliver of metal piercing through the center.
Okay. And you said he's got another contract in his hand?
Yeah, but you can't see it because he's holding it like towards him.
Alright, so I'm gonna get closer to this guy. I'm gonna lick my thumb, get in real nice and close, and start to wipe off the blood at the rim.
Okay.
Trying to get a look at what he has in his hand.
So you sort of like reach up, and as you do, you sort of like a slight flick of movement as he pulls out a dagger. So like tilts it slightly so the light sort of bounces off your eyes, looks at you before sort of like looking back at the contract that he's looking at.
I'm gonna completely ignore what Havelock just did and ask the guy, so you thinking of taking another?
So like looks at Havelock again before, like he's still holding the dagger, but he sort of lowers it, and so like almost like scrunches up the contract that he's got, and so like stuffs it in its pocket.
Debating it? Why? Is this a job you're interested in?
I would say so. It looks pretty fun. Good money too.
It's every week the smuggler winds up on a bounty board.
How long do you reckon it's been up there? He's been up there.
I mean, they replace it every time another bounty hunter takes it, but I've been here about 4 weeks, and every single day there's a new one of them.
Well, have a look. What do you think of being the next ones to take it?
Think we could. And I think it's quite cute how this boy can pull a dagger and yet be here for 4 weeks and not take it himself. You got a little blood on you, by the way, and I'm just gonna wipe that off.
It's not a case of I haven't taken it. Our group tends not to deal with the more elusive type when it comes to our work.
Oh, then what do you have in your hand? What sort of work do you take?
The usual. Assassination of an insurgent leader.
That sounds unfortunate.
It pays. We're in a dry spot at the moment.
See that? And then I just point to the bounty board with only one bounty. There was the one bounty on it.
No, there were more this morning.
Oh.
Some
Well,
big, some small.
Well, since it'll get replaced anyway, do you mind if we take this up?
By all means, hunt down the smuggler. Achieve what others have not.
All right. And I'll, I guess, tear off the bounty.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, there's no physical description for the smuggler on there. It just says, like, the area.
All right.
So, what's your name?
Yeah.
My name's Mallory. That's a suitable name, if anything.
How do I spell that?
Mulori.
Thank you.
And what about you two, then?
I'm Kindlin. And I believe you've already heard what I told my friends here.
Yes, Havelock, was it?
Mm-hmm. Lovely nickname, isn't it?
Hmm. And you are travelers, I assume?
You could say that, yeah.
More or less. Just looking for a job.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all? You don't look like people who would just do bounties, do you?
Actually, no. Both of us offer archery training. Would you like some?
I'm good, thank you.
So, what's your group's name?
We're known as the Slivers.
Ooh, edgy.
Yes, haha, it wasn't my choice in the matter.
They don't even give you the choice to help pick the name?
The name was decided when I joined.
Slivers. So sad. Honestly, the worst name I've come across yet.
Oh, really? Do you know a better name then? I'm sure that the boss would appreciate what some no-name thinks of our group.
Actually, I could. I'd like to meet that boss of yours if you don't mind.
Unfortunately, he's not here.
Well, obviously, that means you just have to take us to him.
I-
How tall is this guy?
He's about 2-3 inches shorter than you.
Condescendingly, I'm gonna pat him on the head like he's a kid.
You're trying my patience, you know.
He does that a lot.
Keep it up, and I might see if I can authorize a contract for yourself. That'd be fun.
Really? And what are you gonna get me on? Being handsome? Being tall? Being a bother?
Yes.
Surely there's no crime in just bothering someone. We're just having a friendly conversation.
I know people that acted like you. With the ego and the sense of superiority. Sure, they went off to do impressive things, till that ego ruined them. I'd be careful if I were you, Mr. Havelock.
Or what, am I gonna meet the sharp end of that dagger?
Keep the attitude up and find out.
Oh, honey, don't tease me with a good time. How about you come by a bit later? I'll buy you a drink.
So, like, looks over at Kindlin.
You work with this person?
I would say, not out of choice at first, but officially, yes.
Sure, I'd be curious to see what the hell happens when you're not being such a prick.
You think alcohol's gonna make that any better?
I'll feel less remorseful if I have to beat the shit out of you.
Oh, a man after my own heart. Your daddy would be proud. Come on, Kindling. We got work to do.
I get you.
Okay, you leave a rather seething drow as you begin to go around and ask about, if there's any more jobs, gossip, rumors.
Actually, I'd like to slip into a little side area and keep an eye on him.
Okay. He shortly leaves after you do.
Cool, as soon as he starts to leave, I would like to cast invisibility. And follow.
Okay. Alright. So, you cast a spell and become invisible. Go ahead and make a self check with advantage. $18. Okay. Oh yeah, nope. He does not see you at all. So you're just following him, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he actually heads back into the Traveler's Post and heads up the stairs. Heads over to what you assume is a room and opens the door. Are you trying to get in before he closes it, or...?
Yes.
Okay. Make an athletics check. 10.
I did not mean to hit that. I forgot to take advantage off. I'm sorry, but 10, yes.
Okay. So you're able to just get through, but only just your foot gets caught on the door for a second. He's sort of confused before he sort of looks around. Make another self check with advantage for me.
Quickly scooch. Scooch.
God, if he hadn't have rolled a 5, he would have seen you. He rolled a natural 20. But he rolls with disadvantage, just so. Closes the door and, heads over to the desk and pulls out the crumpled piece of paper and just places it down and begins to, he pulls out a small ledger that he's got and begins to sort of, look between the two of them, so look between the various pages.
Since he has yet to notice me, has he uncrumpled the paper, or
Yes.
is it still crumpled?
Yeah.
Uncrumpled? Cool. What's on that paper?
It's another bounty contract. It is... Well, it's not necessarily a bounty contract, but it is a job contract. It's asking... It's basically an advertisement, calling all mercenaries kind of deal. Requesting aid at Kahitsan. No other details other than it says that it pays well. And as he does, you see he pulls out another piece of paper. This one is, again, sort of a bounty contract, sort of not. It's basically like a missing poster more than anything, but it's asking for information. It states, what day would that be? It states that on the 1st of Pelfall, a Navy ship was stolen from Port Embar, the Argus. And essentially it's paying quite a hefty sum for any information with proof in regards to it. You see it's there 50 gold for credible information. You don't know... Actually, knowing your... Make a history check for me. See if you can recall anything involving a ship known as the Argus.
History.
8. Not a clue.
All right.
So you can see those two, and he's sort of like going through this ledger. And as he sort of like opens it to what appears to be like a map. It's difficult to see because he's sort of like, even though he's by himself, he's sort of keeping it close to his chest. But you can just...
Can I like squat down and try to bring my face a little closer, not touching him, but just like hovering?
Well, if you squat,
Like an annoying kid peeking over the table, like, what you doing?
okay.
I wanna help.
Make a perception check.
Perception check.
The ship's called the Argus. Argus.
Thank you.
18. So it appears to be a again. It appears to be a copy of the map. Just Karmora this time, not the unattended Earth. But there's like a few circled. There's like a circled area, roughly around, because I don't want to draw on the map, because it's a pain in the ass. Roughly covering like this area, so just missing Port Mar, basically it covers Embar, Lanarch, Magin, Toe, and then just a little bit south of the Orfra Mountains.
Can you keep that up? I would like to draw a shape around that. So roughly about there. Okay.
Yeah. And he sort of like,
just so I can inform everybody later.
yeah. And he sort of like flicks through a few more pages before he just closes the ledger, takes the help wanted one, and just sort of like rips it apart. So like, nope. Like picks up the one about the Argus again. Would they be so stupid to? Might as well head to Embar. So like folds it up this time as opposed to scrunching it, and so like place it in his pouch again.
What was the name of that he said?
Embar. Embar.
Thank you.
So there was the one for information in regards to the Argus, and then there was a help wanted involving something in Kahitsan, which is all the way down here at the southeasternmost point.
Ed, so what he had for the bounty notice was the Adventures Kit song, good pay, missing poster for the Navy ship, stolen Argus, 50 gold with info and proof.
50 gold for each piece of info and proof.
Each piece of info, thank you.
Yeah. It also says at the bottom. It also said at the bottom, like a generous reward for anyone who can return or destroy this ship.
Oh man, we might just have to have the warlocks go on a fucking hunt in the sea. Alright. And roughly how long has it been for me following him?
You're coming up to about the 40-minute mark at this point. You sort of been tailing him, and you've just been sort of like chilling in his room for most of it.
We don't know what the box is specifically, but it's like a big circled area on his map. I'll give you all the details later, but thank you for taking notes.
Yeah. So you...
Alright, does this guy have like a bathroom connected to his room, or is it not that fancy?
Not that fancy. Traveler's Post isn't that fancy.
Alright. Is there a window?
Yes.
I'd like to open the window and quickly step away from it.
Okay. He notices it and just sort of like begins to look around, so like slowly draws both his daggers. Make another stealth check for me.
Advantage?
Yep, because you're still invisible.
Jesus.
Okay. beginning to... He's on guard. He's keeping an eye out.
Alright. Has he got a candle or something on the desk?
No, it's bright enough still that he doesn't have any light.
Alright, is there anything I can throw on the desk?
I mean, there is a candle, it's just not lit.
Cool. I'm gonna toss the candle out the window.
Okay. He notices this, and he's going to throw a dagger at you. Yes, disadvantage, because you're invisible.
Neat.
What's your AC?
13.
You take 5 points of piercing damage. As he sort of like noticing, he just throws the dagger at you. It sort of like collides with your shoulder, and I believe with invisibility, if you take damage, the spell ends. Oh, when for a target that attacks or casts a spell. Okay, yeah, so technically no. But you do need to make a concentration check.
Oh, jeez.
And that was...
Con save.
Con save.
14? Yeah, you're still fine. Like, the dagger sort of, like, floats there before it falls. What are you doing, Kavlok?
I am going to take 1 second to look at what I have.
Better hurry, he's readying for another attack.
Cool. I'm gonna head out the door.
Okay, so you open the door.
Nice long stride.
Yeah, you open the door and so like run out. He is going to give chase. If you're not being quiet about it, he's just gonna do a regular. Nah, he's not gonna do that. Okay. So he sort of like tries to follow the trail of blood, but you sort of like quickly like put your hand over where the wound is, so like to staunch the bleeding. You watch as he sort of like you don't run out of the building. You more like sort of like jump and sort of like readjust yourself. You just watch he sort of like runs out, and then about a minute or two later he comes back, sort of like looking about waringly, and heads back up the stairs.
Alright. I'd like to take a piece of the cloth that's like on my belt area and just like rip a piece of that off.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like shove it into where the dagger had stuck into me to try and stop the bleeding.
Mm-hmm. Thankfully, it's a dagger. So even though you're still bleeding quite a bit, you're not bleeding as badly as, say, if a sword went into you.
Listen, we just stop it where it starts.
Mm-hmm.
Head back up to our room.
Mm-hmm.
Drop the spell.
Yep.
Toss off the jacket.
Mm-hmm.
Toss off my shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see... change shirt into a common clothes shirt, not what I was usually wearing.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go knock on his door.
Okay. So you knock on the door. It's a few seconds before the door slowly opens a crack. You can sort of just see him poking out. Like, you know, just see him poking through the gap there.
I'm gonna give him a big old smile. Hey, handsome. Ready for that drink?
How did you know my room?
Oh, don't you know, we blonde bastards with an ego know everything. I saw you running around like a chicken with its head cut off.
Not at the moment, but I will join you in the evening.
And you're sure about that?
Just closes the door, and you hear it lock.
See you tonight. Dress fancy. And I'm gonna go catch up with Kindling.
Okay. Kinlan, during this time, you took on Havelock's investigation so you could hear the other various rumors. You do hear the rumor about the Argus, but not about the reward or anything. How it was stolen from Port Ember, which people point out is crazy, given it's the capital. You hear about the attack that happened in Tow, the one which you participated in. It looks like news had finally arrived. The other bit you heard is Admiral Grandum of the Third Fleet is apparently touring the Republican ports. People sort of... They argue on whether it's just meant to be like a show of force, or if it's something to do with the vanishing of the Argus, as the Third Fleet is known for anti-piracy actions. And then you hear one that's a bit more local. How workers at the Ophra mines have been going missing more often than normal. And sort of inquiring about it, you learn that death is sort of common on the path to and within the mines itself, but normally the bodies are located, or they know where they fell. These are seemingly vanishing without a trace, not even washing up near Magin. But in terms of like rumors, gossip, and work, that's what you find in regards to that.
Alright.
And you return to the Traveller's Post. Eventually, you all reconvene at the Traveller's Post. As you're sort of conversing over the day. Partway through this, Havelock, you notice, still in his armor, though without the helmet, is Mallory. So he just sort of like walks down, so like notices you and the rest of the group. And as he, as you sort of like look at him, he's like, "May I sit here?"
Yes.
Yes, be our guest.
So like grabs a chair nearby and just places it down before so like sitting on it, just so leaning back, so staring daggers at Havelock.
Who are you?
I'm a person that this fella here promised a drink.
Neville looked to Havelock.
That is true, my little companion. Isn't he just adorable?
What does this guy look like again?
He's a drow. He has long silver hair and that's sort of like tucked into the half plate, so you don't know the proper length of it. Sort of has sort of like yellowish eyes. You can see on his left arm is a band similar to the one that you have, with the emblem of what looks like a sliver of metal going through a skull.
Would I recognize this?
Make a history check.
Okay. And would he recognize mine?
Neville just like, new friend?
Okay.
7.
I have horrible checks.
You know at the very least that it's a bounty hunter, but you don't remember the name.
Okay.
But as Mallory sort of like looks at you and seems staring intently, and sort of like looks at the band that you have, just so it looks up at you again, and so it goes back to looking at Havelock.
What was his expression? Can I tell?
Make an insight check.
Okay. Oh, for God's sakes. Can I get, like, above a 10?
The Nemesis curse returns.
He wasn't hiding it, though you couldn't get the best read on it, but there was clearly some recognition with it, but you don't know what his reaction to that recognition was.
Well, it's nice to meet you. I'm Eveler.
Mallory.
Mallory.
That's the name I go by.
Does that mean that that's not your real name? She looks like with a mischievous curiosity.
Who knows?
Alright, I get the mystery, yes.
So, like, looks at the band again.
You know, it's been a while since I've dealt with someone from your, shall we say, organization.
You mean a nymph?
Yes.
I wonder what kind of experience you've had.
Considering I don't want to hunt them anymore, or any of you pirate sorts, I'll let you decide on that.
Okay. Well, I am not here as a nymph. I'm just here as an adventurer.
And I'm not here hunting people from the Nymph's Needle or any of the other pirate group. I am simply hunting down whatever I can. That has a bounty on it, of course.
Oh, any good finds?
What?
Mev props her head in her hands, like on the table, just genuinely curious to see if he has like any stories.
Your friend took the last bounty that was available today. Why don't you ask him?
Oh, really? Havelock, you didn't say anything.
Well, of course, it's impolite to talk work when in romantic company.
Romantic?
Yes, remember, sweetie? When you're buying people drinks, it's a romantic thing. Not like what Aki did.
She pauses. But you buy us drinks all the time, and we are not all romantic.
Right. That's why I said it's different from when, like, Aki does it.
Oh, so this is like a date between you two. Oh, okay.
Exactly. So we're not discussing work right now.
Does that mean we should leave you two alone? We could go.
No, it's okay. He won't take me to see his group. I guess I'll have to make him meet mine first. Boys these days, they have absolutely no respect whatsoever. No common courtesy.
Aren't you a boy?
Did I stutter?
Havelock said, all men, even me.
You
What
most bastard of boy.
what is everyone else's reactions to this?
As you probably can imagine, having this grizzled bounty hunter who looks like, you know, a sharpened blade, has Aki very anxious and nervous. And so at that he'll go like, I think that's a good. I think it's a good idea. I'm going to go get some fresh air, and he'll rather hurriedly go outside.
You know, Mev, I think you need to give him a little pep talk tonight. Like you did before. That worked really well.
I'll save my question until after your date's done.
Everybody else?
Anybody else?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the thing?
Repeat what?
What they said previously. What are we doing?
Aren't we giving what's it called, Mallory and Havelock some space?
Yeah. Mev, will look to everyone.
Well, I got this thing, these knuckle things. Maybe we could hang out and, show what we got, what we know, while Havelock has fun.
Is Koto there?
Yeah, you're all
Yeah.
there.
Oh, we're all back.
Sounds good.
Gotcha.
All right, everyone, to my room.
Oh, wait, before you go, Koto.
Yes.
I sprained my ankle when walking a while back. Could you heal me up a bit?
Sure, yeah. And he's just going to cast Healing Word.
Okay.
Big brain plays.
I just wanted to get back to full health and get rid of that fucking dagger wound.
What about Marine? What's Marine doing?
Marine's just gonna go with the group.
Okay. As you leave the table and make your way out, Mallory, not even breaking eye contact, just says, leans his head slightly in your direction, Mevler, and says, "If they're what I'm thinking of, it's to play the game, Knucklebones."
Oh, thank you. I wasn't sure.
Sounds dangerous.
It's
While we're leaving, I'll just pull out a crispy, say thanks to Havelock for it, and then leave.
Awesome. All right.
Munchy munchy.
okay. So it's just Havelock and Mallory. She's just still staring.
I'ma first go get us a couple of rounds of whatever's strongest that they have here.
Okay.
4 rounds.
4 rounds? Okay. Each, that would be 16 copper, so 1 silver, 9 copper. Oh, 1 silver, 6 copper. Brain's not working for some reason today.
No worries.
You said it was 1 silver, 6 copper?
Yes.
Alright, I am adjusted. I have drink. I
Okay.
come back with drinks.
You said a drink.
A drink, a few drinks. What's the difference? It's all in good fun. I mean, it's not like you've got to go hunt anything after this, right?
What are you after?
A good time.
I somehow doubt that.
And why is that?
Because you're attempting to get me drunk. You want something, so why don't you just spit it out and say it?
So rude. Fuck off, Kindling. You cannot steal what I'm trying to say first. Listen, I know your room. I want to see the inside of it. Got it?
You sort of see, his eyes so, they've been squinting this entire time, so, squint less. So, eyes don't. I'm. So, excuse me?
A fling, a one-night stand. Blood's interesting. Bounty hunters even more so, especially when they know my friend.
The general anger and such dissolved away into near pure confusion. You can't be serious.
Want to make a bet out of it?
So leans back who the hell are you?
Well, why do you want to know? You won't see my face come morning. Or did you think you recognized me from somewhere? I saw the way you looked.
So like looks again, so like furrows his brow, just like looks at you, like this time like intently, like trying to see if he recognizes anything.
I do have the eye patch on.
Okay. And based on your backstory stuff, would that play a part?
Yeah, it's something Havelock has had since roughly age 10 or 11.
Okay. So like looks over. You said your name was Havelock, yes?
I never said that, my companion did.
What's your surname?
Come on, get with the times. You think we have those still?
If you're who I think you are, then you do.
And who do you think I am? And I'm just gonna lean in uncomfortably close.
Sort of like leans, leans back as you sort of like lean forward, grabs one of the drinks and just like takes a swig of it as he looks. I need to go on to something else to get a name. Because I don't actually have it saved on here.
Oh, I have it. Do you want it?
No, I've got it already.
Okay.
I was gonna say it's right in my bio. I can send it to you real quick.
You heard of someone called Cadwagan?
You know, I don't think I have.
The Serpent
I'm
of the
gonna roll
Vishmir
it.
Sea?
Can I be rolling a deception check, please?
Sure.
Or, yeah. The quick flash of fear in the eye.
I mean, that wasn't a high DC for him to beat. Relax. I said I'm not hunting pirates.
What do you know of the man?
I know that he went missing a while ago. Same with his ship. Figured he either went elsewhere or was lost with all hands, but if you are who I think you are, that raises some interesting questions now, doesn't it?
And wouldn't you like to get the answers? And I'm just gonna take one of my drinks.
And all you're offering for this information is a night, aye?
Well, if you're looking for some good information, it'll cost you a bit.
What are we talking here?
Small information on the bastard. 10 gold.
Make a persuasion check with advantage. Well.
Bastard man! Bastard man!
Sure, I could sell that information for more. And just places 10 gold on the table to like nearer to you.
And I'm gonna need some assurance this isn't coming back to me.
I'm asking for information of the serpent, not... You haven't told me who you are, so I'm just going to go with the information that I get.
Alright, and I don't think you'd believe me even if I told you.
Try me.
Karma finally caught up to him with the sea.
Interesting.
And you have first-hand knowledge of this, yes?
That I do.
So you're probably who I think you are.
Are you so sure about that?
No,
Give me
but
another 30 and I'll tell you exactly how it happened.
20, and I keep your identity a secret from anyone wanting this information.
$25.
Make a persuasion check. Just
Same as before.
just
normal.
just a straight persuasion.
$24, and I get us another round.
I like the sound of that. 24, privacy, and some more drinks.
Places 24 gold down.
I'm all ears.
I lean in to whisper in his ear. Bastard's old daughter got a cracking on his ass.
So like he sort of like chokes a bit on his drink. What is that?
Huh. Well, many people thought that that'd be a way he met his death. Didn't figure it'd be literal. Ah, well.
If he's got the luck you'd think he'd have, he's probably still around.
Aye. In which case, that'll be a fun little hunt. Get the serpent while it's weak. Can rip without its fangs. He's gonna be a much easier target if he's alive.
Now, who'd you think I was?
Well, I said I'd keep your privacy a secret, didn't I?
Not from myself, though.
Let's just say I think you have a connection with this daughter. And let's conclude the rest of our deal now, huh?
Finish what we got first, then you get the next round.
Fine. Fine.
And they just casually talk. At this point, the conversation sort of changes, just casual talking. Mallory keeps information about his organization sort of like closed, but he does like talk about the various like fights he's been in, about some of his friends who had unfortunately got too cocky and it bit them in the ass. And then it just eventually sort of like turns into general chit chat. You're talking about the various rumors that have been going on, about mercenary work in general. Like he mentions, like,
I mean, with that mark gone, most of us have probably lost the golden goose, so to speak.
I do want to question.
yes,
How drunk's he looking around his third drink there?
he's looking a smidge tipsy.
Can I try sleight of hand to slide one of my remaining 3 drinks over to his side? See if I can keep him drinking?
Sure. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check. Well, how drunk are you?
I'm still nursing the first one.
You sort of like slide it over, and just sort of like, as he's sort of like looking back, he's like just looks at it.
Didn't figure you to be a lightweight.
Have you seen me? The ropes that hold a ship are tighter. No. Thicker than I am. Not tighter. Good God, no, not tighter.
Whoa.
Fuck off, Tom.
Well, it'd be rude of me to finish the drinks before you, so go on, drink up.
You sort of see, like, during the conversations, his guard has gone down, but now at this point, like, his guard's gone back up a little bit.
Alright, I'ma finish that first one and start working on the second one.
Okay. He waits until you finish that one and get onto the third one, that he, starts drinking his third one.
Should I be rolling a save of any kind at this point?
Not for now. We'll see. If you try anything afterwards, then we'll see, like, if you've held your drink or not.
Alright. So, you going to get that next round?
Aye. So, like, stands up and heads to the bar to grab the, would be the 5th round at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And he, comes back and just places it down before just sort of, like, almost like flopping into the chair and, just sort of, like, waits until you start drinking yours for him to start drinking his own. Do you do anything, or...?
Just continuing to drink, waiting for, him to be the first one to get up. I'm seeing if he takes the offer to go back to the room.
Yeah. So eventually he finishes drinking, places it down, waits till you finish drinking, and they just sort of like... You sort of like, somewhat awkwardly stare at each other for a few minutes first.
So I guess the conclusion of this, then?
Your choice. Where are we going?
So, like, points upwards.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, slowly pulls himself up. He's definitely a bit more tipsy now.
I'm stopping by my room first. I'll meet you there. I know where you're at.
Alright. So, like, shambles up there. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw, Havlock, just to see how well you've held your drink. Okay! You are tipsy, but you're not drunk. Like, you're not, like... You still got enough senses left for you, but you're definitely not sober anymore.
Alright. I'm going to bug Mev.
What's the group been doing this entire time?
Yeah, Mev had gotten everyone together in her room, and by the point that Havelock is there, she is basically demonstrating, like, it's been a little while. They're probably in the middle of Knucklebones, so like Havelock comes in and he sees Mev basically tossing the bones in the air, and then she flips her hand over and like tries to catch some of them.
I'm so glad you knew how to actually play Knucklebones. Because I was worried here to be like, great, okay, I gotta explain this.
Yeah.
It has been about 2 hours since you guys went up.
So yeah, we are all playing right now. Mev does that. She catches some of them, like passes them on her hand. Yep. Dex check. I'm very bad with my hands. Can't. Oh my god! For fuck's sake.
You're starting a new round, so it's a bit where it's, you... Well, with Knucklebones, the second part is where you toss one up, you grab one or two of them and do that. So you're able to grab 2 of them at once and catch it.
Woo! Oh! Havelock, you're back.
Alright. Mev, I need you. Aki, I need you. Koto, I need you too.
What are we doing?
I'm not in the room.
You're not in the room?
I went outside, remember?
I
For
thought
2
you were
hours?
taking back to them.
I didn't hear that.
I didn't have a chance to explain what I've been doing for the last what I did.
Oh, well, what are you doing for the last 2 hours then, since this appears to be something
Okay.
else?
Okay, so when I hurried out, I sort of did a big catch for breath and sort of muttered something like something under my sort of steadying myself, and then I looked out into the evening air and decided to go and walk through town towards the general store.
Okay.
To
We'll put Havelock's thing on hold for a second, because it's, for a short
Yeah.
detour here. Okay, so you head over to the general store.
and I want to see what Mev scrawled on the wall.
Oh. Okay.
You're
went back
probably
to the-
best describing
yeah.
it.
Okay. Well, seeing what Mev scrawled on the wall, it takes you a second before you realize that you've seen this symbol before. You've seen it on Mev's armband. It is a dragonfly where the body of it is shaped like a needle.
Are you just marking your mom's territory everywhere?
You don't know.
Do you think I have the knowledge to be able to put two and two together? Why someone would put a tag of a pirate symbol on the side of a business?
I mean, if you knew that Mev was a pirate...
I did, but I'm trying to figure out why would she put that specific.
Yeah.
Oh,
symbol
right,
thing
that's
on
what
the
you
side of the
meant.
building?
That's what you meant.
What would that be, like, insight for Mev?
It'd be more wisdom, because it's sort of like common sense trying to figure it out, wouldn't it be?
Yeah, I would say...
I guess it's up to Tom.
Either wisdom or intelligence?
I would say wisdom.
Okay, trying to put like two and two together, like, why did she put her mark on the side of the building? Yeah. 3, 2, 1, roly mole. 15.
Okay. While you can't garner Mev's true intentions, you can assume that because this is a, like, pirate symbol, similar to gangs, if that symbol is there, that's, like, their spot.
Okay, so he kind of goes like, I think I remember. Local gangs back home used to put their symbol on bits of territory. I shouldn't have done it. What have I got myself into? Note to self, don't underestimate the girl. And I'll take a sign. I'll
Shake me.
Pardon?
Nothing.
I'll take a sigh and head back and head back to the traveler's post, where I'll probably find a spare table or somewhere to sit by myself and just grab a glass of water. What non-alcoholic drinks would they have there?
They have ales, they have meads, they have milk, they have water.
I'll have a glass of water then.
Okay. Alright.
And sort of just sit by myself and enjoy my own company.
Yeah, I mean, it's water, so it's like...
Like a sad ass, yeah.
Okay, so... Fast forwarding again, past all the conversation stuff to the thing. Okay, back to Havelock, Mevlair, Koto, and Kindling and everyone, and Marine.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna need your help.
What are we doing?
I got this guy. He's going back to the room.
Mm-hmm.
Koto, I need you to follow me. Staying out in the hall until I call for you. Mev,
Mm-hmm.
you know where my fancy rope is, the silk one? Grab it for me.
Oh, okay. Now?
Now, yes, now.
Yes. Mev will hurry to go and get it.
You have not explained anything. Why should I help?
Because I'm gonna need you to heal some things afterwards.
Koto furrows his brow. and he stands up. What do you mean by that?
Something more than feelings is going to be hurt today, and we need help. And you're the best person to help.
Odo kind of is overwhelmed, cocks his head. No, no. I'm the worst person for this, because now you've told me that people are going to be hurt. Therefore, I will stop it. What is happening?
Alright, fine. Stay here then.
You're not going to do anything that would get you into trouble, right?
Right.
Odo's going to be following.
Do I
Havelock
believe?
wherever they go.
Insight check.
It was too good to be true.
But
Yes!
unfortunately, the alcohol has not helped her.
Mev looks at
Havelock.
Havelock and she went to hand the rope to him and then just kind of pulls it away. Havelock.
Yeah, man.
Is this necessary?
It is.
You still have not explained why. I'd assume that
he
if it
knows
was truly
things,
necessary,
and
you'd
I
be
don't
able
like
to
him
explain
knowing it. He knows things about me, he knows things about Mev, and I don't feel comfortable having him know it.
And I don't feel comfortable hurting him. I don't feel comfortable with you hurting him.
Alright, then you don't need to come with.
No, it's too late. You've already told me. You should not have told me. I need you to stand down.
And what are
This
you gonna do to
person's
stop me?
life is not worth your notions of how you look at yourself.
This man's life? You think I'm going to take his life? I'm not a murderer.
But then what is this? These injuries that you assume that I'll be healing. I'm not going to sit here and know that you will hurt someone for no reason. For your own selfish gain. He just crosses his arms. I need you to explain why this is so important.
Alright, fine. He's a little drunk right now. I'm just gonna beat a little sense into him.
Or what? What has he done to you?
Well, for one, if he remembers it by morning, he could come after me. But it's none of your business. It's none of your business. You don't need to be in here now, then.
That is fine. I will simply find the person and let him know. It is a simple answer. If you tell me why, then maybe I'd be able to understand. Maybe.
Koto,
Why?
I don't personally agree with Havelock's methods, but I do kind of understand. He said he was a bounty hunter, and while he isn't hunting right now for people like us, it can lead to problems in the future. What I would say, Havelock, is perhaps we could find a different method. You know, if he's our friend, he won't want to hurt us.
Is this true?
What, that he's not currently hunting people like us, or that if he's a friend, he might not want to hurt us?
Is it true that this is a bounty hunter? That Mev could tell me what you could not?
Well, he He did say directly that he was a bounty hunter.
Where? When?
When we met him before.
At the table.
At the table.
Oh, I must have missed this then.
It's alright. He was speaking kind of low. I get it. But he knows me, which is more dangerous than him just knowing Mev. In fact, it's even worse that he knows the both of us.
Well, you didn't exactly tell him what we were doing or where we were going, right?
Mev, do you remember the big red snake I told you about? The bad
Oh.
one?
Yes.
He knows the connection. From what I could guess.
Oh.
And people that know that are more than likely better off dead, if not just a little hurt.
She has like this smile on her face that is just cracking.
I really think that there could be a better way.
I don't plan on killing him. He thinks we're going back to have a little fun overnight, a little sleepover. I just plan on casting a little spell.
What spell?
Just a little one.
What spell?
Arms of Hadar.
What if you just got him so drunk that he went to sleep?
Takes
And
the
then-
fun out of it.
No. Havelock,
Are
this
you-
isn't for fun.
You're willing to hurt him for fun, and Koto steps up. Why? Are you thinking past this night about how our faces have been seen with you? About how if you possibly cause ire with anyone here, that we would be affected as well? Have you thought about that?
A little bit, but I'm honestly just looking for some fun with that.
Mev, the smile that she had where she was kind of conflicted instantly just goes into a frown. Havelock, you can tell Mevalaire is extraordinarily disappointed in you.
Fine. I won't hurt him. I'll get him a little drunk. Get him passed out. And I'll meet you guys come morning.
And why should I trust you now? After all you said, I don't understand. You have not convinced me of anything.
Well, don't take this the wrong way, Kodo, but I don't need to convince you when I just got the most hurtful thing I could have seen today. Just gonna pat Mev on the head. I'll be safe. I'll be nice.
She swats his hand away.
I would prefer for everyone to leave now. Thank you.
Koto's going to head down to the mess hall, whatever the area is, and he's going to begin looking for whoever this bounty hunter is.
Okay.
And then he's gonna follow him out, but head to his room.
Marine will just go with Koto.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm guessing since I'm downstairs just hanging out by myself, do I see Koto, Marine, and Kindling walk in?
Kindling goes to his
Kindling
bed.
went to his room.
Oh, do I see Koto and Marine walk in?
Yes.
Can I tell like their emotions just by looking at them? Do you think?
Go to a marine.
Koto looks visibly confused and worried.
Marine just has the same expression. It's always chiseled on his face.
Oh right, yeah, Warforged.
Yeah, true. In which case, with my flat tankard, I guess, of water,
Mhm.
I'll go over to Koto, put my hand like on his shoulder and go, is everything okay, my friend? You look exceptionally well, weary.
Okay. Hello. Yes, everything is, was okay. We have a situation.
Does it involve that cutthroat acquaintance of Havelock?
Yes, I think so. For some reason, Havelock wants to cause ire and injure this person for fun. They have connections that obviously would be dangerous, since apparently, to our surprise knowledge, Havelock is wanted.
You can see that, like, for the first time, like, Aki, like, looks both, like, angry and disgusted at the idea that Havelock would want to kill someone for fun. It goes, so what is it? Does he need to be disposed of for genuine reasons, or just for the thrill of it?
I do not know, and I do not care. Mevelair is having a conversation.
You don't care about a man being murdered for no reason.
That's not what I mean. I'm going down to find him, to let him know that there is a man that he recently talked to that is going to hurt him. The end.
I wouldn't say recent. We were all sat around that table, and he will immediately figure out which person it is, since they finished talking about 10 pissing minutes ago. Just say you heard through channels the grapevine, eavesdropping on one of the other cutthroats, but you mustn't let it lead back to us, please. I don't want. I have plans and dreams for this life. I don't want it to end with a dagger in the ribs as I sleep. Okay? And he looks genuinely terrified.
Oh. Kodo is like taking in kind of how serious Aki is about it. He's like, okay. I will word it in a way where he should probably take time away from you.
Good. Just hear whisperings of that would be a negative impact to his health, but just leave it at that, and nothing more. Nothing more that could lead back to us, and let us say that those foul winds would be from our direction, so to speak. And also, what do we do about Havelock? If he is a raving madman who will kill someone just for the smile it will plaster across his face, I cannot keep company like that.
I believe you are overreacting.
You are overreacting a little bit. I do not think that. Well, I do not. It does not look like any insanity that the way they act. However,
I'm sorry, but what sane individual have you ever met who kills for fun?
selfish people.
I have many. There are many who do so.
There are unfortunately many. And
You're going out a bit there, Dom.
Sorry.
fine.
He's fine.
Unfortunately, around these parts, this is what I've been told at least. You have to come to expect not to trust most people.
That's most
So for now,
unfortunate, but I must come to terms with the true way of the world.
we will talk in a second. How about that?
Okay, I need to.
We can get some air.
Please, I'm in dire need of it.
All right.
I do
That was
have
good.
full faith, however, that there will be no injuries sustained tonight.
I was going to start heading down to the mess hall.
We were already in the mess hole because Aki was down
Yeah.
there.
Okay. I'm looking around for wherever this bounty hunter fellow is.
There is
Okay,
no
I'll-
sign of him.
All right. Head towards the bartender.
The gnome? Alright.
By the way, at the end of this conversation, I'll just go, God, I'm tired. And I will head up to my room and go to sleep.
Okay.
Approach the bartender.
Yes?
Hello. Have you seen as he gives the description of Havelock, have you seen this person talking to another person at the bar around this area?
Oh, yeah, they were having drinks a few hours ago.
Okay. Now, this person that they were talking to,
Mm-hmm.
I had gotten information from some very scary people in the back alleyways. I overheard that this person is in danger if they are here.
Right. Sort of like looks over at the orc who's sort of like just sitting there, like he just sort of like sighs, like it was a drow, right?
Yes.
Do we sell a room to drow? Yes, we probably would. We probably did. Do you know where it might be? Oh, I could go check. Yeah, do so. Because the last thing I want is them to be fucking dead. What about the guards? Yeah, like they're gonna fucking get here in time. Just, I'll get the guards. You go. Make sure he's alright, alright? Alright. So, like, stands up and... So, like, the orc begins to make his way up the stairs. Don't worry, big guy, we got it.
I just wanted to give you a little tip. I do not know who or what these people were. I just overheard them. So,
Yeah, well, we'll check on him, get some of the guards in.
right. Okay.
That's
You have a
fine.
great. Sorry for bothering you. It's with such down terms.
It happens more often than you think around here.
But it just kind of lets out a sigh at that. Right. And he's just going to head back up towards wherever Aki is leaving.
Okay. Aki, shortly after you like close the door and such, there's a loud banging noise on the other side of the door. Do you do anything? Aki?
Sorry, one was muted. I think I will go. Okay. And sort of tentatively sort of pick up and like quickly pick up my my scimitar out of my belt with hands with one in a trembling hand and the other one sort of listen into the door and sort of knock and say, "Hello, make yourself known."
It is I, Koto. Relax.
It wouldn't have been you at this point. If you guys make your way up, you can see the orc is actually outside Aki's door, just like knocking. It's like, well, I'm here to check on Summit.
Yes, you're the fellow who runs the stables. Yes, yes, and he sort of like 2 seconds, and he sort of like lays the scimitar like up against the wall by the door and says, okay, come in, and he opens the door.
So it opens the door, just says, you're not who I'm looking for. Sorry, and just heads over to the next door. You can see at this point, Koto Marine, that he's just going to each individual door and like hammering on it, trying to open it, and basically he's doing a process of elimination. So, while this is going on, we'll go back to Havelock and I assume Havelock and Mevlar are both in the same room.
No, Havelock had grabbed the rope, leaving Mevlar because Mevlar wanted to be alone, and made her way to his room.
Okay,
Mhm.
all right. Okay, if that's the case, since the whole door checking thing's only it's a little bit after this, Havelock, you knock on Mallory's door. There's a bit of a brief pause before like the door opens slightly. So like sees it's you and opens the door. You took your time.
Usually do.
Mhm.
Some things came up with the group. Might have to make it short and sweet or another time. Your choice.
Oh, whichever one works for you. Wouldn't want to keep your friends waiting.
I'll see you in the future.
All right.
You might want to be leaving soon, though.
Yeah. Why is that?
The winds have changed.
So looks at you confused.
Free advice. Start heading south. Leave now.
Make either a persuasion or an intimidation check. So it looks you.
I see. Thank you for the warning.
Better hurry. Keep this with you and I'll just like toss him the rope. I expect it back the next time we see each other. And it's nice silk robe. And it's red.
Didn't think that was your thing, but I'll give it back next time. Anywhere particular south or just out of the town?
How do you pronounce it? Sangan?
Samgan, yeah.
Somewhere around Sangan. Don't see you there? I'll see you somewhere else.
Sangan's a little bit out of my group's area, so to speak.
Aw.
If you're ever in Embar, though, you'll probably find me there. Hey, maybe then I'll introduce you to my group.
I was just about to say, if I can't ask around for you, who else should I ask for?
Go where the winds are grey. And ask the fawn about the fleeing rabbits. You'll be able to find us then.
Alright. See you around. I'm just gonna pat him on the head and slowly shut the door.
Okay. Right, so. He said, go where the winds are grey and ask the fawn about the fleeing rabbit.
And for the rest of the night, Havelock's just gonna wander around town, not stopping by anywhere in particular, just walk until sunrise.
Okay, so put in a point of exhaustion then, as you do not rest. Unless you've got one of those warlock things.
No, I do not. I have
Okay.
very specific warlock things, but I do not have that one.
Okay, you don't have the Valith one. Got it.
No, I do not have the Valith one. I have,
That's fine. We don't.
You'll find it later.
Yeah, you don't need to spoil that stuff. I was just there like, well, maybe this. Okay.
No. Havelock's gonna be sleepy.
So, after the conversation, after you spend the rest of the night and the early morning just walking around town, letting your feet take you, the rest of you all awake to a new day. Thankfully knowing that nothing ill has befallen any of the patrons of the Traveller's Post. And that is where we're going to call it for this session. What the fuck, Havelock?
Yeah, Havelock, what the fuck?
Like, I just...
What the absolute fuck?
What? Excuse me?
I'm so sorry, Tom.
Oh.
It's dangerous when you guys let me take lead for things.
Clearly! I had a rail here, but you picked up the train and threw it!
That is not an excuse at all.
It's not an excuse, but it is a truth, and I apologize.
Oh my god.
We lost Maui. I guess maybe he had something come up.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, that just...
really got out fast.
Yeah, that just...
Yeah.
Wow! That went this way and that way and everywhere.
Hold on, I do want to question, how much gold did I just make from that? That was 34?
34 gold, yes.
Yeah.
10 gold for the first bit of advice, 24 because of your little bit of haggling with him in regards to further information. And a round of drinks.
And all it cost was Mev's friendship.
Wow, so I guess we go through the normal shtick.
What do we even say?
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious, so it's more gonna be a case of what part of it. People's favorite part. Nate, go ahead, because I'm assuming Maui had to go.
No,
I feel like this is gonna be kind of offbeat from everyone else, but I like the casual like joke reveal that it was quote unquote a date.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Dom?
I'd have to say my favorite part was the little reaction that Mev had toward that man's daughter.
Between what?
It's
Sorry,
just
your connection's getting really scratchy.
Yeah.
Give me a moment.
Okay. Jesus fuck, none of that was in my plan.
Were you expecting a one-night stand with this character and then also a murder plot to this character as well?
No! No, no, I had written him as simply a bounty hunter who would maybe give some lore stuff and you know, to talk about like rumors and such, and that was it. But you know, hello.
Get
Yeah,
bamboozled.
favorite part was just Mevalair's little reactions and like tiny interactions with that man's daughter. It was just small and heartwarming. Did it cut out again?
No, it didn't.
No, we heard you.
We hear you.
Okay.
I just realized Anna's changed her name. Havelock, no. Havelock, yes! Well, I guess considering with that name change, that puts Anna nearer to the top. So Anna. I mean...
I, for one fucking second... No. The second you said he looked me over, I was like, fuck. I don't like him. I don't trust him. How can I get rid of him?
Through sex?
No.
No, she's gonna beat him the fuck up.
Triple
What?
question.
Which to some people could be. That's
the end
why
of the
I
day,
kept on trying to be like, Tom, don't worry. You don't have to fade to black. That is not what is going to happen.
Well,
okay.
if you were saying that, that was probably when I was like, I gotta be right back. My dogs are barking because I did not hear any part of that.
Yep.
He never intended to sleep with him at all. It was just sort of
No,
get him in,
It's
get him
all
in the private
ploy.
room so I can beat the piss out of him.
No,
Just-
Havelock intended to get him drunk, tie him up, beat the fuck out of him, leave him, and try and drag the party away.
Oh, fuck, okay. I didn't know that was the original plan.
Yeah,
I thought you just wanted to have sex with him, and then it changed to let's kill him. When he's first like, hey, I know all about you and Mev.
See,
No, there was not 1 second in that Havelock wanted to sleep with that man. I knew that at the very least.
I didn't.
Okay.
yeah. I could tell that was not where this was going.
Well,
and
you probably. I don't know if the face cam stuff was working for you guys, but you probably saw when you were saying like, oh, someone's gonna get hurt.
It
And I'm
was
just there
working.
like, oh no, oh no, what's happening?
yeah.
Tom,
Yes.
I know you have a fade to black rule. If I explicitly bring something up like that, that is not the plan. If I need it to fade to black, I will tell you I plan for this to fade to black. I will
Unless it's
not
a
put
woman.
you through that.
You
I know
don't-
you have a boundary with that.
But no, it's you can just say like when it's bad handling, like when like fade to black. Actually, no, not doing that. It's like right, okay. Instead of fading to black,
Okay.
you don't
I
need
will
to.
always
you,
state if my intention is for something to fade to black.
Yeah. Or you can always just DM me it so that no one else knows
True.
that you're doing something nefarious.
True.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
So, what was your favorite part then, Anna?
Didn't you just say the?
There was a long explanation of that stuff. I didn't quite catch it.
Yeah.
Truthfully, it was just sneaking around after him and actually getting hit with a dagger.
Oh, the period where you were using invisibility.
That was
Yeah.
really fun, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Kindling, that I had to abandon you, but I did not trust him.
Did Havelock? Did Kidling ever do his business with Havelock?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
They got a bounty. They found a few rumors.
Well,
but if there's
no.
anything,
No, there
He
was
had
a
something
second thing
else.
he wanted to do.
oh,
Yeah. The thing that he specifically wanted to do has not been achieved yet. No.
Okay.
whoops.
Is it about what you DM'd me the other day?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's nothing major, but yeah.
Oh well,
Okay.
that's always
We'll
next
get to
session.
that real quickly, don't worry.
Then Ed.
1 second, I'm just writing some notes.
Yeah, there was a lot of note taking needed there.
Yeah. Lots of information.
Lots of information, lots of little like things going on. Thankfully, nowhere near as crazy as campaign 1. Just like oh, that's very interesting.
Not near as crazy when, like, second session we had murder,
I'm
then
having to
session we have possible murder implication.
I'm having to rewrite a load of the notes because now I'm only realizing that hey, he actually didn't want sex. He just wanted to beat the piss out of a man. Okay. So I have to go through and
I don't know
change.
how that was not obvious.
I don't.
Because they don't know Havelock as well as you do.
Yeah. I just assumed he just wanted a bit of fun with some man candy.
Okay, but like, do you know Anna? Anna would never sleep with a man.
Well, currently it's not. Well, I mean, in character, it's not Anna. It's Havelock. So
In any D&D game ever, Anna will
Yeah.
not sleep with a man unless it is a man played by a woman.
okay.
She has a point.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
we know. And there's just no need to DM me about the fate of black on that stuff, because now everyone knows.
Don't worry, Tom.
Any amount of hetero flirting from Havelock was immediately just suspicious.
Oh, don't worry, there's going to be a point where Anna's probably going to be like, no, it's fate of black, and I'm going to be like, wait, what? Anyway,
I've been straight the whole time.
I've been bamboozled twice.
Oh, this one's actually fade to black. Wait, what, really? Tom, you're gonna have to roll an insight check.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
You think you know someone? Yeah.
You don't know.
Okay. Wait. Is it my go?
Yes.
Yeah.
Favorite moment.
Favorite moment. Everything. Um.
Come on, narrow it
It's
down,
not
buddy.
a moment.
Okay, favorite moments with Aki involved. It's
Just-
really a toss-up between either his panicked overreaction about hearing Thingy's plan,
Havelock.
and like what happened, pardon?
Havelock.
Havelock's plan,
Havelock's plan.
or it was meeting Ingle's daughter. And then outside of Havelock, it's outside of Aki, it's just everything to do with Mallory and Havelock. That entire evening.
Alright, what about you, Peach?
I really liked how Mev and Aki's relationship has started to develop, especially like while they were going to the stores.
Yeah.
And
Oh, we can't
I
even be here to agree.
definitely enjoyed like Havelock's stuff until Havelock was like, alright, I'm gonna beat the shit out of him, even though my friends are providing me other viable solutions that would put us in less danger. And then I was like,
But also, Peach. Mev would be the only other character that would know that's normal for Havelock.
yeah. And Mev was like, you know, there's a better way. And Havelock was like, well, I just want fun.
Yeah, the beating up for fun thing. That one she should know about by now.
Doesn't mean that she likes it, and she provided other alternatives.
At least she did prevent it with the frown.
I guess it's me next.
Yeah.
Probably the conversation between Mallory and Havelock before they started drinking. Like, just the tension with that about, you know, how Havelock's staring at this bounty hunter, giving information about, you know, this individual, which, I mean, actual name, but is clearly given a title in bounty hunter circles. I also did like the little like conflict between the party and Havelock, and like, you know, I want to beat the shit out of him kind of deal. Because it crazily, it sort of like to me links to what Mallory actually said early in the session. You know, I know people that acted like you. They went on to do impressive things until their ego ruined them. It's like, oh, this could be essentially it happening right now. Fuck.
Yeah. Here comes Havelock being ruined by his ego.
Here's Havelock's ego rolling into ruin, people.
Mm-hmm. And now Havelock gets consequences with the party.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, completely.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a frosty breakfast.
Yeah. And so I'd ask Maui what his is, but I'm assuming he had to go.
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
You know, you can always ask for like chat later.
I can always ask later. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
But that was a very fun session. You guys, did some shopping.
Wild, yeah.
You saw like 2 of the shops at the very least. And you've heard rumors that are going on and all that stuff.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, we got so much shit to do. Yeah.
You got long-term plot points.
Yeah. We got a fucking Navy frigate to find. We've got disappearances in the nearby mines. We've got
The smuggler.
stuff going on way down in the south. We have
Yeah.
with all my weird druid stuff. Yeah, it's kind of amazing. Yeah. A lot of plot points.
Yep. And you guys have a objective and many ways to go about it.
Oh yeah.
Literally like 5 routes.
I just also really like with the smuggler how you mentioned every day he gets getting his bounty thing put back up there. Like, even if we don't get to him right away and we see him on our journeys, nobody's probably gotten to him yet.
There's no physical description of the smuggler.
Well, yeah. That's the problem where it's just the smuggler. He's in this like 200-mile radius. Find him.
Yeah, it's literally a case of okay. So we know that he's involved in this. So just try and find people that are like it, and then if it all dies down, that hey, it looks like we got the smuggler, and there you go.
Wow.
That's how you get it works. Yeah.
They thought this through.
Justice.
I mean, we could pretend to smuggle people. We
Oh
could
my God.
potentially pretend to smuggle Mevalaire. She's cute,
Oh.
she's small,
Oh.
nobody's going to think she could beat the shit out of them.
Or what we do is we pretend one of the members of the party is the smuggler, take the 300 gold, and then bust them out of prison.
Oh my God.
I just feel very happy that I now have more than enough to fund what my goal was this time.
Which was?
We don't know.
Yeah.
I could tell you out of character because I'm just very excited for it.
Lindsay.
Alright, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Alright.
Hi, Peach.
Hi, Peach, and there she goes.
It's the familiar, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be able to get my familiar now.
Oh. Gotcha.
I'm getting an imp.
Nice.
You already have one. It's called Mevalaire.
Yeah. But now I'm gonna have one that grants me magical protection.
Now
And
she
it matches. They are both lawful evil.
Yeah, Mevalaire just gets a sister, that's it.
What laws is Haviland beholden to?
Her own, obviously.
Oh yeah, true.
Yep.
I mean, technically, is it against the law to get a little bit dangerous in bed? No, it's not. Are you technically breaking the law if nobody knows you've broken it?
I mean, grievous assault is against the law, and leaving
Yeah,
and
but that's why
abandoning
you do it
someone
in
and
the
leaving
bedroom.
them
Then you
dead
can just
against the
claim
law.
that, you know, a frisky time got a little bit out of hand.
I'm not
That's why
even
you
going
set
into detail about the laws of that kind of stuff here.
That's why you set up a
Yeah,
safe.
what does happen if you accidentally kill your partner in bed?
Well, then it's manslaughter.
Yeah. Fair enough. That was such a good session.